All right, let's try that. Is it coming through now here? Let me know if you can hear the audio coming through now. I'm just going to have to pause quickly for the national anthem here, my talking, but let me know if you can hear it coming through. All right, I think we are maybe working now. Let me know if you are hearing some audio coming through now. I know we're having troubles with that. Let me know if you can hear me coming through here. I think we got it working again. Saw something there. I think Sean had said he could hear, and now maybe not. Working now. Let me know in the comments there if you can hear us coming through. I just don't want to jump into it here unless I know I'm not just talking to myself here, and we are coming through. Perfect. There we go. Awesome. So we got the confirmation. Sorry about that. I don't know what to tell you. This stream thing has been about as hit and miss as you can imagine. But we're working past it, and we're getting on to puck drop in this one. Final weekend of the regular season, and the puck is dropped, and we're underway here. It's the Bruins against the Red Wings from Weyburn tonight. As the pass up ahead here finds Cash Olsen. Right wing side, right-hand shot. His shot on goal is grabbed and held in the catcher's mitt of Rocha. So Joey Rocha, I thought it was Roca earlier in the season. I've been informed it is Rocha getting the nod between the pipes for the Red Wings here tonight against Dylan Adams, getting the call in goal for Estevan. It's the big line of the Bruins out here to start. Rennie with Williams and Olsen out here against the Roan Burgess line. So Olsen and Burgess, two of the top scoring rookies, 2 and 3 overall in rookie point production this season, out here to start this game as we're underway, and it's a fast pace to start. Here comes Ethan Andrews up ahead. Pass into the middle is gobbled up by Luke Schrader and thrown up the middle, glove down by Ewan Rennie. Rennie cuts in, back over the blue line now. He'll hand on here to on right. Poke checked at the blue line and back the other way. Here comes Callis Pierce. Pierce down the left wing side, now behind the goal with a centering pass. And that one stopped by Adams. A rebound popped, I believe, on the back of the netting there just for a moment, and that draws a whistle and a stoppage here. So if you are just tuning in now, apologies about the late start there, but I believe we are up and rolling now. I can see in the comments, so great to hear. The Bruins in Weyburn tonight to kick off a home-and-home to close out the regular season schedule. Games 55 and 56 for both clubs. Puck wired in deep here by Weyburn, picked up by Matthew Ron off the near side glass and out through center. Racing back to get this one here on the handoff from his goaltender is Aquila. Up to his own defensive blue line and now through center ice. As that one, I guess, was deflected from center. Picked up here by the Bruins and in control now. A rifle pass ahead for Beasley, who will deflect it in. The Bruins wearing their visiting white jerseys with the black and gold trim tonight against Weyburn in their home black jerseys with the red and the white. Adams out to handle. It's a scoreless game here to start this first period. Breeze in control now. Lead feed ahead to Asmundson. Noah Asmundson drops it off behind his back. Nearly for Holt. It's intercepted though, and here comes Monroe back the other way. Former Melfort Mustang dropped it off to the trailer bear. The rebound was put on by Monroe as well. That one grabbed and held by Dylan Adams. There we go. So Dylan Adams will hang on to that one for a whistle and stoppage in play here. That'll set up a face-off with exactly 2 minutes gone in this first period. Deep in the Estevan zone to the right of the goaltender. Asmundson, the right-hander, in to take this draw against Aiden Mohan, the Weyburn local. An 08 birthday is Mohan. And he's been an impact player for this Weyburn team as the season's progressed. Puck taken on here by Andrews. He'll move his way down the left side boards, get that puck in deep. Moved around the wall here. Andrews cuts it off, as does Asmundson. The Bruins veterans working in tandem. Andrews has it now with a shot from the right point. That was stopped by Rocha and sent high over the end glass into the meshing. Not quite 2.5 minutes into this first period. Still awaiting our first goal in this one, but as you can expect when these two teams come together to clash, excellent pace to start this game. Some great looks on goal and stellar goaltending. As off this face-off, the tie-up here. Puck controlled by Weyburn. Lead feed ahead for Josh Sale, who will chip it in deep. And McIntyre's in there along with Sale, trying to work this puck free. Ron up the boards, though, swiftly on for Olsen. He's in 2-on-1 across to Reddy with a shot, and he scores. And Ewan Reddy getting the Bruins on the board early on in this hockey game and showing why he's the front runner for the league's MVP this season. In case you missed it just yesterday, the SJHL announcing its awards finalists. Ewan Rennie up for 2 major awards here at the end of the season. Both league MVP and forward of the year, and it's plays like that. Cash Olsen also up for Rookie of the Year in the league this season. A beautiful pass to set up that Rennie goal, adding to his league-leading total, his 37th goal of the season. A remarkable year. Continues on here to make it 1-0 Bruins. On the 2-on-1, Olsen to Rennie for number 37. Puck drop back here for Savage Keller to the side of the goal. And a chance right in tight for Ryland Pierce was denied by Adams on the near post. Puck taken back now by Cramp. He's quick and he's got that puck now. I'll drop to Ron. The veteran showing poise here. He'll launch a pass ahead. And no icing as it was deflected. On its way down the length of the ice. Here's Redlick now. He's bodied off by Breeze, setting a physical tone. Breeze takes this puck back now. Lead feed to Beasley off the boards near side for Onright to pursue, but offside over the blue line this time. So a big thanks to everybody who was commenting in there early. Got the audio figured out here, and we're rolling. Let's check in for the first time tonight on the YouTube live stream comments. Mark Reynolds commented in, says, "Let's go Bruins." Dennis Lang comments in as well, says, "Let's go Bruins." The Lang gang in Weyburn tonight to watch this one with a bus load of fans. As we're back underway here and in control, it's Weyburn. Moving this one up ahead on that right side boards, that far side wall, but offside over the line comes Moldy, and Breeze and Moldy stirring the pot a little bit back and forth there following that offside. A couple of guys cut from the same cloth as far as being big, tough, fierce competitors who bring that physical edge. Moldy against Asmundson on this face-off. Just outside the Bruins blue line this time. Not quite 4 minutes into this first period. A 1-0 Bruins lead on a beautiful goal. Excellent wrist shot by Ewan Rennie, set up by Cash Olsen. As this puck fired in from the right point was knocked down by Andrews. Andrews now up the boards to the blue line. Not past Carmen, though. His shot deflected wide of the goal. Getzlaff Drops it back on a heady play for Andrews. Lead feed for Holt. Up ahead to Asmundson and in deep. Here, Weyburn in control now. Carmen drops it on the reversal to Pierce. Puck up ahead here. Weyburn forced to retreat back behind their net once again. And they'll try the other side now to the near side. And Andrews will usurp that puck, take it right back, and control. Ethan Andrews launches a pass up ahead, right on the money for Holt, who will deflect in deep. Not quite 5 minutes into this first period. A 1-0 Bruins lead. Will Monroe streaking up ahead for the Wings. With the puck on his tape here. Right-hand shot, left side corner. Monroe dumped over that time. Teterenko and Ron were both in the fray there defensively. Puck kept alive down there by Weyburn. Mind free though. Teterenko got it loose for Elson. Took a swipe at it, but it's kept alive for a chance to the net front for Dion Schrader. Just missed on the deflection on goal that time. Monroe now knocked off stride. Mohan will drop it off here to Luke Schrader. Schrader with a shot through traffic, tipped in front by Dion Schrader, and another excellent save here to start this game by Dylan Adams. A big stop by the Kelowna BC product. Back between the pipes for the Bruins tonight, and a couple of nice stops here through the early going. Adams and Rocha, a couple of the league's premier goaltenders, going head-to-head tonight. Puck won off the defensive zone face-off here by the Bruins, and it's Olsen through center over the blue line. Throwing one towards the front of the goal. Williams, the pickup of that rebound, just sent it off the outside of the net. Taken back out through center now. Here comes Sale. Right wing side, left-hand shot. Dropped it off to McIntyre for a chance right down Main Street. Another nice stop by Adams. Now to the right point. A quick shot is stopped by Adams. Falling back to the seat of his pants. He's got it underneath him as the shot was taken by Ryland Pierce. Very active is Pierce from that right point position. He's a right-hand shot, and I'll tell you what, talk about guys who have been around the junior ranks for some time. He played every game for Flin Flon on their run to the finals in 2023. And he is as good as it gets as far as moving that puck up ice quickly and using his feet to join the offensive attack. Bruins will have to keep an eye out for number 81 here this evening. A quick shot right on from the high slot this time, flagged down by Adams in the glove hand for a stoppage. Just over 6 minutes, 6:11 into this first period now. Ewan Rennie's opening goal, the lone goal so far, is league leading 37. From Cash Olsen, the scoring play. Puck bumped back to Adams off the tie-up of the draw once again. So we'll get set for another face-off in the Estevan zone to the left of the goaltender. Checking in again on the live stream comments here. Sean comments in, listening in from Mexico there. So sunny skies for Sean and a little bit of hockey to go along with. A well-deserved vacation as this puck is controlled here by the Red Wings, carried through center ice and chipped in deep. Moa in on the attack, wins that puck in the corner boards. He's being pestered, though, every step of the way by Lang. Now around to the far side. 50-50 puck battle. Taken back here by the Wings and nearly taken back by Beasley. But a quick shot on goal. Tess Adams on the quick release that time by Aquila. Puck through center ice now. It's Harvey. He'll dash that puck in deep and head to the bench on a line change. 7 minutes gone, 13 to go in this first period. The Bruins lead by a single. Puck through center, knocked down by Aquila, and he'll chip it in cross corner for the reconvene by Caleb Potter. Potter will wrap it around the boards to the near side. Holt off the side wall. Got run into there, and now giving it right back to his man. What a battle here on the near side boards. Carmen dropped it off, gets the return. That was Lacoste and Holt. Couple of guys bring that energy, physical play to their teams. Puck laid in deep here by the Wings. Lacoste giving chase. Potter in control, though. And speaking of guys who can skate, up ahead to Asmundson. Now to Getzlaf on the left and in deep. His shoot into an area. Puck dumped back out to center by the wings. 8 minutes gone, 12 to go in this first period. Red Wings at center with it, but as they corral this puck, we're going to get a whistle and a face-off here as Teterenko is dumped on the near side boards. And it's going to be Trenton Redlick who will sit down for 2 minutes here as a result. And it's going to be an interference call. I was just going to remark, I didn't see the contact, but that's the very nature of interference, right? It goes away from the play. So for Redlick, he'll sit down for 2 here. And the first power play for either side tonight will go the way of the Bruins. The power dodge power play. Getting its first look. Nice start to this game here for Estevan. A 1-0 lead. And looking for an insurance marker here. A face-off. Controlled now by Ron. Nice keep in at the blue line by Matthew Ron. Now for Asmundson. Into the middle. Puck battled for by Williams. 1-on-2. Got it free to Asmundson. Pass back to the blue line and back for Asmundson. Side of the goal to Rennie. Looking out front. That centering pass was knocked down by Schrader and swept down the length of the ice. Picked up here by Andrews. Little stop and start move, and he'll cruise with it through center. Lead feed for Rennie. Finds Matthew Ron now on a deflection. Back for Rennie. Behind the net. Ewan Rennie. Opening goal in this game. The 1-0 tally. Round the outside. Now it's Asmundson down low. And it looked for a moment like he was going to find Rennie on that back door. Wide open at the side of the net, but that swarming Red Wing penalty kill able to converge in, seal him off, and get that puck down the length. Now here comes Potter. This is the urgency the Bruins play with when they're at their best. Forced back out to center ice here. It's Harvey again on the relay from Lang. Harvey on the right side to Olsen. But the return pass intercepted, and again, Luke Schrader. He's been all over it defensively for the Wings to start this game. Gets the clear down the length of the ice. Down to the final 32 seconds of this power play for Estevan. Bruins over the blue line. Forced back out to center. Lang back with it though. Crossed up Potter over the blue line on the attack. Caleb Potter tries to pitchfork that one in behind the net. It's knocked back the other way, and now Will Monroe will make his way through center. His lead feed ahead, though, for Pierce. Knocked away by Cash Olsen. Drops for Harvey. Harvey makes a move and snaps the backhand on goal. That's grabbed and held by Rocha for a whistle and stoppage in play. So with 10:06 to go in this first period, we won't take the media timeout just yet. We'll get set instead for a face-off in the Weyburn zone. This one coming to the right of the goaltender. 6 seconds, as mentioned, to go in this power play. Bruins will send out Teterenko with Cramp and Elson on this energy unit. It's one back now for Ron. Ron from the right point. Down low for Elson in the corner and behind the net for Teterenko. Jetting in there. Along with Cramp, two of the quickest on this Bruins team. Now it's Elson into the corner for a quick turnaround shot from Teterenko. Testing the goaltender from a tough angle, but never a bad play with his mates driving that net front area. Quick dump in here by Teterenko. Giving chase after it is Elson. And the control now by Matthew Ron back at center ice for Estevan. Backpedaling into his own zone. Up ahead for Elson on the right side boards. Elson drops it back for Ron once again inside the final 9.5 of this first period. Still a 1-0 Estevan lead here. Holt over the blue line. Into the corner for a quick shot by Asmundson just wide of the goal. Getzlaf back to the left point. Ashby, the slap pass to Breeze for a shot. And that one just wide of the goal. Now Breeze gets it at the right point again. Cross to Ashby at the left. A quick shot, and that one just wide of the goal. Breeze keeps it alive from that right point again. To the left now, Ashby. What a shift for this Ashby-Breeze pair. Now a shot on goal was stopped. Juggled by Rocha and played off the near side boards in to Estevan ice. That'll go for an icing call here with 8:43 to go in this first period. So with that, we are going to take our first period media timeout. Ewan Rennie, the MVP candidate and top forward finalist, your lone goal scorer through the first half of period one. You're listening to some Highway 39 rivalry action tonight. It's the Bruins and the Red Wings from Weyburn.
Whether it's 9 holes on the Hideout or staycation camping with the family, Hidden Valley has seasonal, monthly, weekly, and daily options available. Hidden Valley has what it takes to make warm memories by the campfire that will last long through the winter cold. Discover the Hideout at Hidden Valley in Estevan. Visit HiddenValleyGolfandRV.com today, where golf is fun.
All right, and we'll look to take her on back here now, getting set for the resumption of play. A face-off deep in the Weyburn zone, just past the midway mark of this first period. It'll be Rennie and company back out there for this offensive zone draw. Rennie, the lefty, in against Moldy, the right-hander. He takes the lion's share of those D-zone draws, especially with Schmid out injured over these last couple of weeks. Puck fired in deep here by Lang. Stopped up in behind by Rocha. Puck up the near side boards. Kept alive, though, at the right point by Andrews to the left. Here's Lang with a shot. Blocked down in front. Puck taken back here and peeled out to center. Burgess will slap it in deep, giving chase after it down there. Weyburn. Romalaire. Got beat to that puck by Lang, who kicked it free to Rennie. Rennie up ahead. What a lead feed there by Rennie to Cash Olsen. Unable to split the D, though, cleanly this time. 12 minutes gone. Final 8 to go in this first period. The shots are tight, 10-8 for the Red Wings. The score is tight, 1-0 for Estevan. Monroe down low. Got it on for Dion Schrader. Back for Monroe now. Out of the corner boards. Back to the right point. Now to the side of the goal. Mohan in control here behind the net for Schrader. Schrader shielding that puck from Matthew Ron, who kept him to the outside. Carmen across. A quick shot by Jonah Baird was just wide of the goal. Now Monroe with it again. He's been a force since coming over to the Wings earlier in the season. Now here's Monroe again, right on cue, ripping the shot on, and an excellent save once again by Dylan Adams. Adams clenched that one in the glove for a face-off to his left this time, with 7:17 to go in this first period. The Bruins with the Teterenko line out there, or I should say the Cramp line out there as the centerman on this face-off. Teterenko and Elson, the wingers here on this unit, and it's Teterenko chipping one for Cramp through center ice. Cramp looking for Elson there as they were nearly away on a clean cut 2-on-1. It's taken back here by the Wings. Callis Pierce now. Nifty bit of stick handling, and he'll work his way through center now. Slip a check down the left side. Into the corner, now behind the net with it. Pierce back to the right point. A quick shot, blocked down in front. Taken back here by Caleb Potter this time. Up for Elson, and back out to center. 6:45 to go in this first period. Puck deflected in deep by the Red Wings. Picked up down there by Caleb Potter. Round to the near side boards. Handed on for Teterenko. Makes the first wing miss, and he'll carry in. Curl and drag to the middle for a quick shot. What a play there. Teterenko has the skating legs moving tonight. Firing his second shot of the period on to test the goaltender quickly. Baird keeps it alive behind the net on the dump in deep. Breeze going to rough his man up in the corner. That's Sale who works through the contact. Breeze goes back at him though. Number 8 on number 9, another physical play. And as a result, the Bruins fight that puck out to center. Wrapped in deep again here by the Wings. Puck stopped up by Jaron Ashby. Now there's a bit of a tie-up, a bit of a brouhaha in front of the benches for just a moment. Getzlaff will take this puck back and send it in deep. Down to the final 5:40 now of this first period. Bruins in the offensive zone with a 1-0 lead here, but looking for that all-important insurance marker. Puck chopped by Andrews up to center. Carmen will lay it in deep. Andrews on the retrieval in the Estevan zone. He'll stop up behind his goaltender and survey his options here. Down to the final 5:15 now. Andrews with a lead feed. And that puck just slowed up in the snow pile in front of the Red Wings bench before it could get on the tape of Ewan Rennie. So that'll go for an intentional offside and a face-off back deep in the Bruins zone. 5:10 to go in this first period. We'll get a face-off to the left of Adams once again here. Rennie in against Mohan on this face-off. As mentioned, Mohan, a Weyburn local, 08 standout for his hometown team. That means he's in his 17-year-old season here. Here comes Schrader in with a quick shot. That one deflected high by Lang in there with the active stick. The long reach, and it's one of those plays that's not going to show up on the scoreboard. But it's those subtle plays of the defense position. Lang that time deflecting the shot high into the meshing and settling things down here for a faceoff in the Estevan zone. It's Harvey winning this draw back against Mohan. Puck up the boards, now down the boards instead. Behind the goaltender and out the other side. On right on to Harvey. Harvey streaking in down the left wing side. Had that one bounced away. Back out to center. Beasley will settle it, chip it into an area, and give chase after it. Got an arm up from the official. That was just a delayed offside. Red Wings through center ice with it. Control over the blue line on the attack. Here comes Will Monroe. Monroe back to the blue line. Schrader with a turnaround shot knocked down. And back the other way, it's Harvey on the left side to Onright. Onright chips it in, gives chase after it into the left side corner. Going in there against Schrader. A tenacious defender on this Red Wings blue line. Onright shields the puck, got it back for Breeze. Now down low, a quick turnaround by Beasley. Unable to get the shot though against Mohan. Puck back out to center. Here's Turner McIntyre to dribble it in deep. So we've seen some end-to-end chances, some good speed in this first period. Elson's got it now. Dropping off to Tedorenko. Tedorenko through center, racing up ahead. On the left side to Cramp. His shot blocked off on a nice play by Ryland Pierce to drop down to a knee, get in that shooting lane, and take away the chance. Puck through center ice now and dropped off. Rowan Burgess back to Jonah Baird. Right-handed defenseman for Weyburn. Sent to pass ahead looking for Josh Sale. That one just out of his reach, though, down the length for an icing call. And so we will see a face-off as a result back deep in Weyburn ice. Josh Sale of the Red Wings, one of the breakout players of the year. We talk about a guy like Ryland Williams, the jump in production he's had this year. Very similar as that of Sale. 55 points in 52 games to lead this Red Wings team this season. As a chance here at the side of the goal, taken back by Weyburn. Sale got it up ahead to Burgess, now on the near side. McIntyre will spring it in deep. First man to get it there is Lang. Around the boards now for Olsen. In the middle now to Ethan Andrews, and on the right side boards now to Williams, and just over the blue line. Here comes Cash Olsen. He'll race onto this puck. Olsen slowing down the pace. Taken back here by the Wings though, and Mohan through center over the blue line. In the middle for Savage Keller. Joined on the play for a quick shot. Killer to the front of the goal, and that one stopped by Adams. Cleared to the side boards, kept alive at the point. Carmen encroaching in, top of the circle, let it fly, and that one just off the end glass, stinging over the crossbar. Lang blocks a shot off the boot, gets the steer back out to center ice. Puck taken back by the Red Wings. We're down to the final 2:20 now of this first period as we get an offside call over the blue line. So a face-off just outside the Bruins defensive zone. And a face-off as a result here to come. And so we'll get set for this face-off just outside the Bruins blue line here. 2:20 to go in the first. Face-off one back, controlled by Luke Schrader. Schrader up the near side boards for Pierce. He lost it, though. Off a deflection and back the other way. Getzlaf with a wrist shot. That one deflected high off the stick of Ryland Pierce that time. So quick end-to-end action here. Both teams getting their looks in this first period, but still just the single goal on the board coming off the stick of Ewan Rennie. League's leading goal man with his 37th of the year. Face-off set here in the offensive zone for the Bruins. To the right of the goaltender, Rocha. Puck one back, controlled by Ryland Pierce. Up ahead now to Callis Pierce. Pierce in with a shot. That one deflected off the stick of Matthew Ron that time and over the end glass into the meshing and out of play. Just a shade under 2 minutes to go. 1:59 on the first period time clock. We'll get another face-off in the Bruins zone. So Nate Harvey in on this face-off now on the draw to his goaltender's right. Harvey against Moldy, the righties on this face-off, and what a battle. Harvey holds his man off, no easy task against the big wing centerman. Puck taken back here by Harvey. Drop back to Ron. Up the boards now to Beasley, and he'll send it in deep. Puck around here, moved by the wings, defense to offense, or trying to. Content this time just to chip it back out to center. It's Ron to Potter, and in deep right on goal as Harvey collided with Moldy just outside the Weyburn zone here, and Harvey is still slow to make his way back to the Bruins bench, and boy, he is in some difficulty here as he gets up and will get some immediate attention. We'll keep an eye on that. Obviously, Nate Harvey, huge part of this Bruins forward group. Puck forced back out to center here by the Bruins. Carried back in by the Red Wings, only to be lost to Beasley, who will bump it back with a minute to go in the period. Puck up the boards now. Beasley to the middle for Asmundsen. Back for Getzlaf. His shot deflected off a stick and high over the end glass out of play. So we'll see a whistle and a stoppage once again as a result. A face-off to be had to the left of Rocha in the Weyburn zone. Getzlaf looking for a bit more of that offense there. Looking for his first goal since January 21st. Well, you know it's a matter of time if he goes to that net front area. Puck kept alive down there by Lang. Lang keeps it alive again from that left point, at least momentarily. Now it's chipped in deep by Asmundsen to the side of the goal. Aquila looking out front. Mohan through center ice now. Here comes Mohan. Down to the right side corner, looking out front. This one deflected free to Chase Holt, and the Regina product back out to center. 15 seconds to go in this first period. Weyburn looking for something late here. Aquila lost this one on a nice poke check play by Andrews, and the prompt clear down the length. Will that be an icing call? Yes, it will, with just 3.2 to go in this first period. So at that, we are going to see a face-off here. One final draw in all likelihood, deep in the Bruins zone. This one to the left of Adams, and Weyburn's going to pull the goaltender here with just 3 seconds and change to go. Moldy out to take the face-off. Against Teterenko. Teterenko and Moldy, both right-handers. Off the face-off, the control here, and a quick shot by Weyburn was blocked down in front. And as the horn sounds for the expiration of play in that first period, a little bit of chit-chat back and forth there between Teterenko and McIntyre as they'll head their separate ways this time. The end of the first. It's a 1-0 Bruins lead here, with the Wings holding the shot lead just barely by a 12-9 margin. Ewan Rennie, the goal scorer in that opening period. That will take a quick step aside here, and when we return, we'll play our coach's interview for the second time tonight since I didn't know that we weren't coming through audio-wise back in the pregame. No problem about it. We'll play the coach's interview, like I said, catching up with Drew Koser, and then we'll save our player interview for the second intermission, catching up with Cash Olsen, as mentioned just yesterday, nominated for the SJHL's Rookie of the Year this year, setting second overall in rookie points this year. What a tremendous year for him. 45 points on the season in just 54 games. We'll hear what he had to say about the nomination. But again, that's coming up next intermission. First, we'll take a step aside here. When we return, some words from the coaching staff, Drew Koser of the Bruins. You're listening to the Eagle Sky Estevan Bruins YouTube live stream. It's Friday Night Hockey.
Since 1923, the Rotary Club of Estevan has played a vital role in improving our community through service and stewardship. Among the Rotary's major fundraising initiatives is Lobster Fest in the spring. Nearly 800 people take part in the Rotary Club's Lobster Fest each year, making it one of Estevan's most anticipated annual events. To learn more about other Rotary initiatives, visit the Rotary Club of Estevan Facebook page. Are you tired of waking up like this? Or this?
My back! Oh, my back!
Come see Dr. Trevor Erdy at King Street Chiropractic. Dr. Erdy will assess, diagnose, and deliver hands-on chiropractic treatment to help you and your back feel at your best. Book your appointment with Dr. Trevor Erdy today, located at King Street Chiropractic in Estevan. Marty Martinson here, and I'm joined now by Drew Koser, head coach and GM of the Eagle Sky Estevan Bruins, heading into this one. And well, Coach, final weekend of the regular season here, looking to lock in that final playoff spot, needing just a single point to do so, and it's against the Highway 39 rivals here in Weyburn tonight. Just talk a little bit about kind of where the group's at, looking to bounce back from a bit of a tough one on Wednesday, snap a bit of a 3-game skid here heading into this one.
Yeah, we know it's at stake, right? Our season obviously on the line here. No better way to play your rival in the lead for 2 games back-to-back, home and home. Obviously on the road tonight. So for us, we have to have a great start, and we have to come out hungry. We have to know what's on the line, and we all know what's on the line. But we have to make sure that we come with the right attitude here and set the tone right away.
That's right, and just talking a little bit about kind of the team's play here as of late. As mentioned, looking to snap that 3-game skid here. I guess, what are you seeing kind of from your side of things? Like, what's maybe the biggest thing that the team needs to get back to get finding some of that success from, a few kind of handful of games ago there when you're playing some real good hockey?
Simplify, right? And that's when we have our success early in the year, most of the year. Just simplify things, right? That's, making sure that we're breaking out clean, we're hard on the forecheck, and we're putting pucks in good areas. When we do that, we're successful. We know that when we play with pace, when we play with energy, when we're loud, and obviously when we're scoring goals, we're having a lot of fun. So, doing those right things right away will help us have some success.
That's right, and obviously, as mentioned, here at the Whitecap Resources Center in Weyburn tonight to kick off this home and home like we talked about to close out the regular season. I mean, it is kind of the arch rival here on the board in Weyburn. It's been a back and forth season series here. How much of it is, hey, we got to motivate the guys for this one? How much of is it just, hey, you got to be motivated for this one? I don't know what else you could really ask for.
Yeah, you definitely have to check your pulse here. This is a very important weekend for us. We know that. It's a very exciting weekend for our club for sure. Obviously with Parents Weekend and Bill Weekend there. So, obviously all the players, they have their parents here watching this weekend, so it should be exciting for them. We know that the Highway 39 Cup's in the line. We know our season's kind of on the line here. So, we want to take it obviously one period at a time, one shift at a time, and we're hoping for success tonight.
That's right. And just in the last kind of day or so here, some big news coming out from the league front as we get down to kind of the final few games here of the regular season. The awards finalists for the year-end awards were announced, and for your team there, a couple of real standouts this year. You and Rennie up for MVP and Forward of the Year. Cash Olsen up for Rookie of the Year as well. Maybe just a thought on kind of each of those guys, a couple of big pieces of the team this year and their success, and just kind of what it meant to see those guys kind of get recognized there.
Yeah, really happy for both of them, right? You know, obviously I've had the chance to coach Ewan for the last couple of years, and, you know, he brings it every night. You know, we've said it numerous times, he's one of the hardest working guys in practice, and it translates to a game for him. And, you know, he has goals in mind, obviously, for not only this year, but obviously after his junior career to play, you know, college hockey. So, you know, very excited for him, and, you know, and I'm really hoping, you know, he can win those awards. And, you know, obviously for Cash, you know, it's my first year with him, and, he like we talk all the time, got him out of spring camp, came in right away, and, you know, he's been awesome for us. So, you know, to see his success be, you know, recognized, you know, really happy for him.
That's right. Now, I know a real strength all season that we've talked about has been the goaltending. Heading into this back-to-back stretch here for the kind of closeout of the regular season, Dylan Adams getting the nod here. You know, is the expectation still to kind of split things up, see how things go tonight? What's kind of, you know, the mindset with Adams getting the start here in this one?
Yeah, you know, we talked about our goalies all year, and we have all the faith in the world in both of them, and, you know, obviously camera up, you know, we had him going to Wednesday in Melfort there, and, you know, obviously the late night there, we got home at 5:30 in the morning, so it was a late night, and, you know, we had an off day yesterday just due to the travel, and so, yeah, you know, we're excited for Dylan tonight, and, you know, we have all the faith in him, and, you know, we want to, you know, he's played really well against Weyburn this year too as well, so, yeah, we're hoping that Dylan can, you know, shut the door tonight.
Perfect. Well, always appreciate the time. Thanks again there, Coach.
Anytime, Marty.
That's Drew Koser. I'm Marty Martinson. You're listening to the Eagle Sky Estevan Bruins YouTube live stream. Nothing says home like a freshly brewed cup of coffee and some sit-down breakfast. The Western Star in Estevan knows that. That's why they offer a complimentary breakfast buffet as well as full kitchen suites to make your stay feel a little bit more like home. Whether coffee, mocha, hot chocolate, or cappuccino, the Western Star has what you need to start the morning right. Call 306-636-9000 to book your stay today. The Western Star in Estevan. Small town hospitality, big city amenities.
All right, and we'll look to take her on back here for a little bit. Big thanks to Drew for jumping on there to share his thoughts heading in to play. And as you heard from the coach just a moment ago, you know, he said it right there. I mean, you're playing for your playoff lives. The Bruins need 1 point to secure their spot as the 8th seed in the league playoffs. And, you know, it all starts here. I'll tell you what, pretty nice first period of play. Getting off to a real nice start as we'll check in now on the scoring summary from that first period. Just the one goal to report on, but a real nice pace to that first period there. I thought right from the puck drop there, we had chances at either end. Both goaltenders, both Adams and Rocha, very sharp as we expected heading into play. The lone goal coming 2:40 into the first period, so an early strike by Ewan Rennie, his 37th goal of the season, adding to his league-leading total. He's already all but officially got that locked up. I think he's got a 5-goal lead now for the goal-scoring title in the SJHL, the Maurice Rocket Richard Trophy by NHL standards there as far as, you know, leading goal scorer. Doesn't have a name, the goal title in the league here, I don't believe, but nonetheless, a prestigious, you know, award there if it is, you know, for being the goal leader, no question about it. And for Rennie, 37th of the year, we've seen all season him score in different ways, right? This time it was Cash Olsen feeding it across on the 2-on-1 on a real nice centering play. And as you just heard talking with the coach there a moment ago, and if you haven't yet checked us out on our social media channels, Instagram, X, Facebook, you can do so, or head to our website, EstevanBruins.com, and check out the article that was just posted today. We got the news out yesterday about Rennie's nominations, Olsen's nomination there for, like I said, Rennie up for MVP of the league and top forward or forward of the year, and Cash Olsen up for Rookie of the Year as well. Got that announcement out when the SJHL made it yesterday, but then today got the big kind of full scope article there where took some time to catch up with you and catch up with Cash, get their thoughts on what those nominations mean, being named as finalists for the award. And again, those awards will be officially named on, I think, what was it, March 18th? We got it in the article there, 15th or 18th, I can't remember. But yeah, on that SJHL playoff preview show, they're going to be announcing the award winners. But nonetheless, you can see why in that first period those guys are up for the awards. It's because Olsen, the vision to hit Rennie, and then what a release there for Ewan Rennie for his 37th. Rylan Williams also picks up an assist on the play. That line has been money for the Bruins all season long, and all three members picking up a point on that one. Because as we look at the league scoring leaders heading into the final weekend, Rennie with that goal as well not only extends his league lead in goal total, like I said, now a 5-goal lead on Gabriel Courchain and William Leonard of Yorkton, 32 goals apiece. Rennie now with 37, but Rennie also pulls into a tie with Gabriel Courchain for the league leading point total. Both Rennie and Courchain both up for MVP and forward of the year, as well as Mason Karkachuk, who's up for both from the Nipwood Hawks, the Saskatoon product. So you got a BC boy in Rennie, a Quebec product in Courchain, and Saskatoon, Saskatchewan local in Mason Karkachuk as your three nominees for both MVP and forward of the year. But we've talked about it for the last number of weeks here. It's fun. If you're a stats guy, stats fan, you follow that along all season. It's going right down to the wire, just like the standings race with Rennie and Courchain now tied at 77 points apiece. Rennie does have a league best points per game, just under 1.5 points per contest heading into this weekend. And you get the feeling here, 2 games left on the slate, chance to win the scoring title, and that's something that he's led the league in points since October, outside of maybe a week's time. Now when Courchain has come on due to a little bit of missed time there by Rennie earlier on in the new year. But that's what the elite players do, right? They're winning games, they're helping their team win, but they also want to put up those points and be remembered for being that game-breaking player, being that difference maker, coming through in those biggest moments. And for Rennie, he's done that all season, as we've seen in that first period. So with that, we are going to take a quick step aside here. 1-0 Bruins at the end of one. When we return, check it in for the first time tonight on our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by our friends at the Western Star. Final weekend in the SJHL regular season across the board means a full slate of games to catch up on.
Hey Estevan, are you ready for unbeatable savings? At Clifton's No Frills, they pride themselves on community spirit and prices that won't be beat. Whether you're picking up fresh produce or pantry essentials, they have everything your family needs. And don't forget to join their PC Optimum Rewards program. Earn points with every purchase and save even more. Feel the friendly atmosphere and local pride every time you shop at Clifton's No Frills. Because when it comes to quality and savings, they won't be beat. Shop local and start earning today. Looking forward to warmer days ahead? Nothing says spring is coming like booking 9 holes with friends at Hidden Valley in Estevan. Hidden Valley offers seasonal passes, 10-game punch cards, and daily rates on the Hideout. Along with camping and mini golf options for weekend fun the whole family can enjoy. Discover the Hideout today at HiddenValleyGolfandRV.com, where golf is fun.
All right, we'll take her back here a little bit early ahead of puck drop on period number 2. Let's check in for the first time tonight on the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you as mentioned by the Western Star in Estevan. In Flin Flon tonight, UPL divisional game between the Flin Flon Bombers and the Larange Ice Wolves. This is the number 1 team against the number 12 team in the league standings this year. Nathan Lallemare with his 8th of the season, making it 1-0 Bombers in that one. And that is the only goal to the final 5 minutes and counting of this second period from the Whitney Forum in Flin Flon. Checking in from Melville tonight. A couple of Bungie Division rivals there. We've got Estevan and Weyburn, of course, your main event programming from the Bungie Division in this game tonight. But the other two are also facing off to kick off a home-and-home to close out the regular season schedule. Melville and Yorkton, which if the playoffs started today, this would be a first-round matchup in the 2-7. And it is a 1-1 game there at the end of the first period. William Leonard with his 32nd of the season. And Yibben Yu answering back for Melville, his 7th of the year. In Nipwood tonight, another divisional game from that UPL division. It's a 2-0 Hawks lead on the Melfort Mustangs. Mason Karkachuk, who we just talked about, along with Rennie and Corshane, up for MVP and forward of the year with a pair of primary assists on his team's 2 goals there to make it 2-0 Nipawin. Against Melfort, the hottest team in hockey right now. Winners of 13 of their last 14 games. Humboldt with a 1-0 lead over Warman in a Nutrien Division showdown. Battlefords and Kindersley still tied at zeros to the final 5.5 of the first period from the Battlefords and the Access Communications Center tonight. Again, Kindersley officially eliminated from playoff contention last night with an 8-5 loss to the Battlefords. And I'll tell you what, that's one of those rivalry games as well from within that Nutrien Division. Always sweet for the Battlefords to thwart Kindersley's hopes of playoff hockey, as it would be vice versa. Yeah, that's part of the fun, right? These rivalry games. You play each team in your division 8 times under the current format. This is 7 of 8 between the Bruins and the Red Wings tonight. 8 of 8 will come to cap the regular season tomorrow. 1-0 Bruins lead here at the end of 1 on Rennie's 37th. Getting set for puck drop on period number 2. It will be the Rennie line out here to start this second period for Estevan. Rennie with Williams and Olsen. Against this Burgess line with Sale and McIntyre. And we're getting set for the resumption of play here to start period 2. And as we do so, puck is dropped and the Bruins in control. Olsen will fire it around the boards deep. Williams just lost his footing on that far side wall. It's moved up ahead quickly here by Weyburn. Into the attacking zone. Sale on to work his way in. He's backed up by Ryland Pierce with a shot that was stopped by Adams. Chopped by Williams down the length of the ice. Olsen ensures no icing call, and he'll feed a pass out front for Reddy. Batted it out of the air, but couldn't get it on goal. Now it's taken back. McIntyre over the blue line for the Red Wings. Handed it on for Sale. He just lost it off the end of his tape off some defensive pressure by Estevan and Ryland Williams from his own zone. Assist on the opening goal tonight. He'll drop it off here to Aiden Lang now. Lang in control here, up ahead on this near side. Boards down the left side flank and in deep for the chase by Chase Holt. Holt is in there against Romelaire. Romelaire works his way though, nifty out to center. Down the left wing side, left-hand shot. Cutting in with a quick shot that was stopped by Adams from a tough angle. And Asmundson picks up the baton and he'll run the other way. Over the blue line down that right side boards. Lost his footing. Again, right about where Williams did as well in the shift before. So maybe a little bit of a wet spot on the ice or something. Puck taken back here by Potter. Up the boards for Getzlaff. Gets the return on the one touch. Potter on the boards now to Holt. Holt into the corner with it. Getzlaff on the follow-up against Mohan. Puck handled here. And worked by Mohan on the attack over the blue line. Working in with a shot wide of the goal to the far side boards. Puck scrum free by Dion Schrader. Schrader looking for the trailer. Pierce just out of his reach. It was Ryland Pierce that time, the defender. Not to be confused with Callis Pierce, the left-hand shot winger on this Weyburn attack. Puck taken back by Onright. Chopped back out to center. Knocked down here by Jonah Baird and sent ahead for Schrader. In the middle for Mohan. Mohan out of the corner. He'll drop it behind the net now. Carried out here by Monroe. Will Monroe drops it behind his back to Baird. Right out front for Mohan, and he scores. Wow, what a pass by Jonah Baird that time. The Red Wings defender. Unbelievable bit of misdirection. Looking the one way and then almost like a basketball pivot. Didn't even pick up his skates, but changed his shoulder posture and fed it instead right to the back door. What a pass. And a goal for Mohan. I had mentioned a couple of times in that first period that the local Aidan Mohan has been a standout for Weyburn here as the season's gone along. He's going to be a real player in this league in the coming years. 17-year-old season already with his 11th goal of the season. As Cramp will carry up ahead, the feed on to Elson for a shot, and that one deflected over the end glass by Luke Schrader. So a little bit of a back and forth going on here as in the Weyburn zone, Elson chatting back and forth there with Josh Sale this time. As Weyburn will get set for a face-off to the left of their goaltender. Rocha is coming in for this face-off here. Williams on his strong side as a right-hander, but it's one out by Weyburn, and they'll attack in. Here's Sale. Throwing one to the side of the goal. It's knocked away here, and it's Cash Olsen off the boards out to center. Rennie chipped it past the defender, picks it up on the other side with a centering pass. As that one's flagged down out of the air by Rocha. 3:11 into this second period of play. And a face-off to the right of the Weyburn goaltender. Rennie in to take the draw here against Roan Burgess. Rennie kicks it back to Williams. Now to the right point, a rocket shot put on by Andrews, flagged down by Rocha again in that trapper hand. Rocha donning the number 72 between the pipes, reminiscent of Sergei Bobrovsky. Not every day, especially in this league, you get a 72 wearing goaltender. His opposite number, 27, in to take the draw for Weyburn. That's Moldy against 17, Rylan Williams. Now is Rennie right to the front of the goal. Williams following up. They'll play it down the boards. In deep for Rennie. Rennie giving chase after it. Moldy, though, knocks it away and then lost it to Williams. Nice play back for Rennie. Now to Olsen in the corner and high to the short side. He scores. Wow, what a shot by Cash Olsen. And the rookie coming through in a big way in this one. Primary assist on Rennie's opening goal, and now give him a pair of points tonight. Wow, what a play there. Rylan Williams making this one happen. Keeping it in at the blue line with his pressure. Down for Rennie, the one touch to Olsen. And right upstairs, short side over the shoulder of the goaltender. And at that, I mentioned how Rennie with his goal pulled into a tie for the league scoring lead. He'll now surpass Corshane, 78 points, to take back the league scoring lead for Rennie. And for Cash Olsen, his second point of the night, he's now tied for the rookie scoring lead again with Cash Lanigan of the Terriers. As the Bruins have a 2-1 lead here, as we'll get an icing call going against Weyburn. So all kinds of excitement going on here. That top line with multi-point games, all three of them now. And again, you see why they've been so dynamic as a line this year. Every time it's one guy passing, the next time he's the goal scorer. As this puck won back, Ron across to Potter at the left point. Potter drops it behind his back for Getzlaff on the follow. Getzlaff out of the corner to the net front. Oh, one was knocked away. Getzlaff's got it now. He'll look behind the net. Now right out front is Holt. Got denied on the doorstep. Ron back into the corner boards for Getzlaff. Getzlaff working against Carmen. Former teammates with the Battlefords North Stars a couple of seasons ago. Ron in with a quick wrist shot. That one high over the bar and wide of the net. Puck picked up now by Ryland Pierce. Pierce to Carmen. Carmen up the middle. Lost that one to Beasley, but it was just over the blue line outside of the defensive zone, and so Carmen and company can breathe a sigh of relief. Look at a stoppage in play. Let's pick up the comments here on the YouTube live stream where we left off. Check it in here. Mentioned Sean commenting in from sunny skies in Mexico. Mark Reynolds commented in as well, says coming through loud and clear in Abbotsford in this one. Puck taken back here by the wings off the glass and to the line, now out to center. Burgess down the right wing side. Cutting to the middle with a quick shot on the wrister. That was kicked out by Dylan Adams. And forced back out to center. Aquila now stood up at open ice by Onright, but it was Onright getting the worst of that exchange, sent spinning to the ice. Keep an eye on that exchange here if they meet again physically as we move along in this period. Here comes Beasley to center ice. Chips one into the middle for Lang. Lang for Beasley on the drop. Puck taken back here by the Red Wings and an outlet now to center ice. Redlick trying to sidestep the check of Andrews. Nothing doing that time, and the puck taken back in now by Andrews. Andrews got it in deep. The puck touched by Carmen, and we've got a penalty call here going against Redlick for the second time tonight. He had the interference call in neutral ice earlier, and this time 2 minutes for the slash on Lang. So Redlick to sit for two. Bruins back to the power dodge power play here. And with a 2-1 lead, once again looking for that very valuable insurance marker. Not quite 6 minutes into the second period here. Face off to the left of Rocha. Controlled here off the draw by Weyburn. And Ronald Pierce will skate with it. Through center ice, over the attacking line with a quick shot to the far pad, stopped by Adams. So you can see there, Ronald Pierce, even short a man, he'll take his chances if he gets that open ice to create some offense. Now here's Williams right in with a quick shot, and how about that bit of razzle-dazzle from number 17, Williams, over the blue line, holding that puck out of reach of the defender, pulling it into the body and then around him. Cutting in for a quick shot to test the goaltender, and Williams has as hard a shot as you're going to find in this league when he lets that puck fly on the slingshot of a wrister. Puck back to the point now, the control by Ron. To Rennie, to Asmundson, and into the corner. Puck off the glass, not cleared past Ron. Nice hand-eye by Matthew Ron, sets up a chance here. He knocked down the puck, got the pass D to Andrews, and his shot flagged down by Rocha for a stoppage. But Bruins power play looking good here. With still a minute 21 to go in it. This power play advantage. Just over 6.5 gone in this second period. Rennie on the face-off this time. Won it back, but perhaps too well. Right back into his own defensive zone, the length of the ice. Puck picked up down there by Andrews. Got to be quick here. He'll drop it off now to Ron. Ron picks up the pace. He'll dribble it into the right side corner, giving chase after it is Asmundson. Ron picks up the puck. Now back to the left point, Andrews. Andrews in the middle. Williams across to Ron. Ron looking goal line for Asmundson. Now behind the net, Rennie. Rennie, the magician, out of the corner boards. Head up the whole way, hits Ron. Now across to Andrews. Now for Williams. Back to Andrews, side of the goal. Asmundson right in tight. And what a glove stop by Rocha. Wow. Asmundson was looking for a passing lane out front. And then you could see it in real time. He realized just as he was about to pass that one, hold on a second, I'm alone in front here. Backhand to forehand, and what a save by Rocha. That's going to be a candidate to this point for the Clifton Snow Frills save of the game. Asmundson alone in tight. Rocha with a big stop there to keep it a 2-1 game. Bruins win the face-off back. Second unit's on. 33 seconds to go in power play time. McIntyre will send this puck down the length of the ice, stopped up here by Adams, and put on a tee for Aiden Lang. Lang up ahead, right on the money there for Potter. Potter to Getzlaff and in deep. Puck around the boards. To the line and just out to center. That's going to be an offside at the blue line as the Bruins carried it back in to the offensive zone. So with the final 7 seconds to go in power play time, we'll get a face-off here just outside the Weyburn zone. Tedarenko, Elson, and Cramp out here for this face-off against Mohan. Mohan, the goal scorer for Weyburn, wins it back to Luke Schrader. He's under pressure, though. Puck around the boards, kept alive by Ron. His centering pass, though, deflected back out to center as Redlick is out of the box. Weyburn back to 5-a-side. Puck up ahead here, only as far as the defensive blue line. Elson will chip it back in, right on goal. And Rocha left it there for his defenseman. It nearly trickled off the post there. Puck kept alive by the Bruins. Here's Ron cutting to the inside with a shot. The rebound banging away here, the Bruins. Tedarenko taking a swing at Schrader in behind the net. And now out in front, Elson's into it here. And Potter's got a man as well in a headlock. Rocha's down, sitting on his rear end down there. The goaltender, Elson's helmet is off. Tedarenko's helmet is off. Red Wings have theirs super glued on here. They're staying on. And it looks like we're going to get some offsetting minors here. Tedarenko getting into it with some of the Weyburn fans here. And what else would you expect here on the Highway 39 rivalry night? As puck's picked up here sticks picked up here, I should say, and handed to the rightful owners. Elson and Tedarenko for the Bruins in the box. As Monroe, and I'm trying to see on the far side of that penalty box who else it is for Weyburn. Given the offsetting, is that Dion Schrader, I believe. So with 11.5 to go in this second period, 11:29 to be exact, we'll see a face-off here. And I've said it already, but by the time you get into the 7th game of the season series, not a lot of secrets between these two teams and not a lot of strangers either at that point. Guys have battled all year against one another. As we talked about, not only the Bruins with lots at stake still into the final weekend of the regular season here. And so it's Asmundson against Burgess on the face-off here. And off the control now, it's Getzlaff over the blue line on the attack. He'll send it in deep and give chase along with Holt into the corner boards. Puck moved up ahead here by the Red Wings. Sailed through center. Chips it into the corner boards deep. 11:11 to go in this second period. And a shot right on, and it's in. And how about that? A quick shot, chopped to the front. Finds its way in, and it's going to be Turner McIntyre, who will score to tie this game. And so for the Wings, they work that puck down 200 feet of ice. Set up a chance there, and seemingly harmless play thrown on goal, and quick shot finds pay dirt there for McIntyre, his 8th of the season, but 41st point of the year. As McIntyre's got control now. Once again, he'll chip it in deep, glove down by Breeze. So a 2-2 game now to the final 11 minutes of this second period. Puck fought to center. So Sale picks up an assist. And Roan Burgess the other assist. On that McIntyre strike, his 8th to make it a 2-2 game here. Puck chipped into the corner boards, moved around now by Breeze for Ashby. He's ridden off in the corner. Stays on that puck though and works his man over. Puck back out to center. Baird stapled by Onright. And the Bruins through center ice will deflect this one in deep. 10-12 to go in this second period. 2-2 hockey game. Puck chipped in by Moldy deep, knocked down by Ethan Andrews. And his lead feed to center. Olsen for Rennie. Rennie for Williams. Williams driving behind the net with a pirouette move and a pass out front that was gobbled up. Red Wings looking for an exit strategy here out of the defensive zone to center. This one off a stick, so no icing call. Puck up ahead for Olsen, in the middle for Rennie. Now on to Williams over the blue line and offside over the attacking line this time. So with 9:38 to go in the second period, we'll see a stoppage, and with it, the media timeout. Back in just a moment's time, midway through period 2. A tremendous hockey game so far, a 2-2 score in this one. You're listening to the Eagle Sky Estevan Bruins YouTube live stream. It's a tie game from Weyburn tonight.
For over 100 years, the Rotary Club of Estevan has been a staple in the community. The Rotary Club is proud to support local initiatives and projects including Stars Air Ambulance, the Estevan Music Festival, and donations to local 4-H clubs. Interested in learning more or joining Rotary? Visit the Rotary Club of Estevan Facebook page and get started meeting new people, supporting the community, and making lifelong friendships. That's Rotary Club of Estevan on Facebook.
All right, and we'll take it on back here now. And we want to hear from you all throughout the night's action. Thoughts on the night's game. Where you're listening in from. Maybe predictions on the next goal scorer as well. As we move along here. In a 2-2 hockey game, 9:38 to go in this second period. Face-off controlled back by Asmundson to Andrews, and he'll fire it right on goal, stopped by Rocha. Puck down low, moved up high now, Burgess through center, over the attacking blue line and turned back by Matthew Ron. Puck fired in deep by Weyburn, picked up by Lang down there. Puck up ahead. And this one taken back by Josh Sale down low. Lost this puck now to Andrews. On the near side, Getzlaff, and up ahead looking for Chase Holt. Now it's Pierce. Sending it in deep there. 9 minutes to go. 11 gone in this second period. Puck around the boards on the near side wall. As the battle continues down there deep in the corner boards of the Estevan zone. And they're going to hold this one to a stalemate. With about 3 or 4 bodies for each side in there. And now, speaking of 3 or 4 bodies, the 4 that were sitting for a 2-minute timeout on the Coincidentals will come back for their respective sides. That's Dion Schrader and Will Monroe for the Red Wings, Rory Elson and Lachlan Teterenko for the Bruins. And so, Mohan for the Red Wings against Cramp for the Bruins on this faceoff. To the left of the Bruin goaltender Adams. Shots 18-15 in favor of the Red Wings to this point in a 2-2 hockey game. Puck kept in the offensive zone by Weyburn. Monroe behind the net now. Got it in deep. Pierce looking for Mohan. Puck chipped off the side glass and down. Elson going to beat out the icing call. Nice hustle shown by the captain. Elson down there getting knocked over, worked over. Stays in the battle. What a battle it is. Him and Schrader. Schrader's got him locked up now, but the Bruins keep the pressure on. A quick shot towards the front. And that one was knocked down. Taken back by the Red Wings here. Out through center ice. Right wing side, Callis Pierce springing into action. Behind the net with it, Pierce. Head up the whole way. He'll feed it cross seam. Now back out in front. To the blue line, Will Monroe. Monroe behind the net. Now feeding a pass out front that's gobbled up by Cramp. He'll send it on the right side for Tedarenko over the blue line. Lachlan Tedarenko pulls up with it. He'll send a pass to an area for Rennie to pursue. Rennie spins off the check. Oh boy, he had a lane to the net for a moment. Then Romelaire came back with that defensive stick to knock it away and send the puck in deep from center. Red Wings in pursuit of this puck. Pick it up there. Now infiltrate on the cycle. 7:17 to go in the period. Ryland Pierce's shot was blocked by Ryland Williams, and back in comes Caleb Potter. Potter got it into the end boards. Puck taken back here. Cash Olsen applying pressure. In free for Rennie in a soft area. Rennie, little stutter step move. Made one miss, and then the centering pass finds Ron. Ron with a shot, and that one fought off by Rocha. Williams now in the offensive zone off the cycle. Back to the point for a shot on the one-timer by Potter. Now Ron. What pressure put on by this big line of the Bruins. Williams kicked it free, looking for Rennie at the side of the goal, and this puck carried back in by Dion Schrader now as the Bruins big line races to the bench on a line change. After a tremendous shift in the offensive zone, lone exception is Williams, who was back defensively to get that puck across to the line, but not quite cleared this time. Now it will be Asmundson. Will Peter this one out to center, taken back by Baird and up ahead. Sale with speed, racing to the middle, a quick shot. That one just high over the net. Puck taken back by Baird now. Baird into the corner boards, a deep Sale giving chase. Puck kicked free by the Red Wings. Then lost to Asmundson. Asmundson to the near side. Off the glass and back out to center. Here comes Beasley over the blue line. A quick curl and drag release. What a stop by Rocha there. Beasley does have a 2-goal game against Weyburn this season here in this building. Puck up the boards. McIntyre sent it in deep. First man back there to get it, Savage Keller. On this fourth line of the Red Wings. Savage Keller with Lacoste joining him. Dion Schrader now. Ridden off on the play by Tedarenko. So fourth line on fourth line. Lots of physical prowess out there. Lots of energy. Here comes Beasley dropping for Onright. Onright to the front of the goal. Puck taken back here by Dion Schrader. Lead feet ahead. Savage Keller trying to cut in. Nothing doing though against Lang, who stood tall and thwarted that opportunity to the middle. Here's Chase Holt now. Holt to center ice with it. Bobbles the puck. Gets it back though on to Getzlaf for a wrist shot. And he scores. And Getzlaf with a big goal here to put his team ahead by a single. We talked about it. Looking for his first goal since late January. And what did we say earlier? It's a matter of time if he goes to that net front area. He does so here and fires home the 3-2 goal this time to give Estevan the lead. With just 4:41 to go in this period. A big one for Getzlaf, his 13th of the year on March 13th, Friday the 13th. Don't tell him it's unlucky. A big one here coming through at a huge moment for his team, the veteran Getzlaf. Now a shot towards the front, blocked off. Puck steered up ahead here. Holt will pick up the assist on Getzlaf's 13th as well. Here's Cramp right to the front. Testing Rocha. who fought it off with the blocker hand. Now through center ice, here comes Pierce. Cutting to the middle there, trying to work in on Breeze, who keeps him to the outside. Breeze takes this puck back. Lost it though to Pierce, who's diligent after that puck. Wrapped up this time by Ashby, but that's going to go for a holding call as this puck is deflected on the shot from the blue line, and we will get that holding call assessed. Ashby for 2 here. And so it will be Red Wings to the power play, Bruins to the Apex Distribution penalty kill as a result. 3:52 to go in this second period. So 3:52 to go in the second. 2 minutes of fresh power play time to work with for Weyburn. And we'll see where the momentum twists and turns from here. Worth mentioning, Weyburn, one of the league's elite on the power play this season, just over 22%. It's good for third in the SJHL this season. The Bruins, 8th best on the penalty kill, just over 81%. But they've been at their best in recent games. Puck across here for a fan-on shot. Now back to Schrader. Cross, Aquila down for the handle here by Sale. Sale at the blue line now. Interchanges with Aquila. Gives it back to him. Now at the blue line position. A quick wrist shot stopped by Adams. A rebound. Grabbed by Adams as well. Side of the goal now. Savage Keller. Centering pass for a backhand shot by Aquila wide of the goal. Now Savage Keller still with it. Head up the whole way to the outside. Savage Keller in with a shot to the front. That one stopped and rebound pounced on by Adams for a stoppage in play here. 3:06 to go in this second period. So a couple of frantic moments there. Some nice looks for Weyburn. Applying the pressure in tight. But Adams standing strong and his mates in front of him boxing out. So he can find that loose puck and hang on to it. Rennie in on the faceoff now against Roan Burgess. Down to the final minute 10 of power play time for Weyburn. Red Wings control from their own territory now off the clear down by Estevan. Minute gone, minute to go in the power play. Dropped off here by Ryland Pierce for Carmen. Carmen through center over the blue line on the attack. Hands it across. Now back to the point. Pierce with a quick shot, and that one tipped in front on a sizzling wrister by Pierce that time. Adams again with the answer. And the stoppage as a result. Ryland Pierce has been absolutely on fire since coming back to the Red Wings this season. He's got 28 points in just 20 games with the Wings this year as a defenseman. Puck carried up ahead here by Elson. He'll tread back with it and then send across to Andrews. Cutting in short-handed. Andrews with a wrist shot. Just wide on the near post. Puck taken back by Monroe now. He's leaned on by Andrews. Puck taken back by Ryland Pierce here. Pierce over the blue line. Dropped it off to McIntyre. Lost it though to Elson to the line and just kept alive down there by Pierce. Final 2 minutes of this second period. Puck up top. Pierce across. Quick shot blocked off by Andrews off the boot. Puck up top. Right point. Now working to the middle is Carmen. Looking to the back door. Nobody home though, except for a Bruins player. That was Lang on the clear down the length of the ice right as the penalty time expires. And it's good for the Bruins that it was not an icing call as they were gassed. The quartet of players out there. Lang finally will get to the bench on a line change. Getzlaf in with a shot to test the goaltender. Roach of the denial. Getzlaf with the go-ahead goal in this second period. The 3-2 tally. Callis Pierce over the blue line, turned back. Puck through center ice. No further, though, by the Bruins. Knocked down at center and carried back in by Drew Moldy. Moldy to the side of the goal. Return pass to him. Now back to the blue line for a shot by Baird. As we hit the final minute of play in this second period. Bruins with a 3-2 lead here. Baird under duress from Getzlaf. Romelaire will fire this one into the corner, but from a stride and a half on the wrong side of center. So we'll see an icing call assessed on the play. 44 seconds and change to go in this second period. Face off in the offensive zone. To the right of the goaltender, Rocha. Bruins will send out the top line again here. Ready with Williams and Olsen against this moldy conglomerate for the Red Wings. So even though it was an icing call, Moldy being out there, one of the top face-off men, certainly lessens the blow for Weyburn, allows him to escape to center. Romelaire up ahead to Savage Keller and in deep. Weyburn will finish up a line change down to the final 20 seconds now of this second period. Down low, Romelaire with it. Or check that, Savage Keller. Now down for Mohan. Mohan drops it off now for the take by Romelaire. Looking out front. Now a turnaround shot attempt was blocked off, and the horn will sound before Mohan can fire another shot. And so, at the end of two periods, a single goal the difference. It's a 3-2 Bruins lead here on Getzlaf's 13th of the year to give his team the go-ahead tally. Chase Holt picking up the assist on the scoring play. That we are going to take a quick step aside here, and when we return, shifting gears a little bit, we'll check in with our player profile tonight. Cash Olsen, your man of the hour tonight, your subject of our profile. We'll hear from him on his nomination, named as a finalist for the SJHL's Rookie of the Year. You're listening to the Eagle Sky Estevan Bruins YouTube live stream.
Ooh, now that was a bone-crushing hit. In hockey, big hits are just part of the game. That's why the Bruins trust Dr. Trevor Erdy to get them back to feeling their best. Dr. Erdy operates a full-time family practice in Estevan and has served as official chiropractor of the Bruins since 2015. Book an appointment today and get back to feeling your best with Dr. Trevor Erdy in Estevan. Call 306-634-2918. Hockey season means you're on the go a lot. Different communities, different rinks. That's why the Western Star wants to help make your stay feel a little more like home. With full kitchen suites, complimentary breakfast buffet, and convention center with top-of-the-line meeting rooms to help you handle all your business needs away from the office. The Western Star in Estevan. Small-town hospitality, big city amenities. Marty Martinson here, and I'm joined now by Cash Olsen, forward for the Eagle Sky Estevan Bruins. And we're talking league year-end awards here, Cash, and for yourself, named a finalist for the SJHL's Rookie of the Year. I guess to start, just talk a little bit, kind of thoughts, emotions on what it means to be named, a finalist for this award as Rookie of the Year this season.
Yeah, it's obviously a great honor, something I'm very proud of in myself. And, coming in this year, that's definitely something I was hoping for, and I'm glad I achieved that. And, just being proud of myself.
That's right. And obviously, just talking a little bit about the news just coming out earlier in the day. Where were you when you kind of heard the news? What was your kind of initial reaction? How did you kind of first find out?
Well, we didn't get home last night till about 5, so slept in very, very late today and kind of woke up in my bed and found out. So was kind of shocked because I just woke up, seen the news, and, it was an exciting moment for me.
That's right. And just talk a little bit about some of those guys you're nominated against. Obviously, Cash Lanigan's a guy that you've seen a lot of, being in Yorkton there. You guys play each other 8 times. But also Kabelka. I remember earlier in the season when you're named to the Western All-Star Showcase roster there, you talked about knowing him from an Alberta Cup team in the past. Did you reach out to him at all or say anything with him? I know it's still early, but anything like that kind of with him?
No, I haven't reached out or anything yet, but I think I definitely will. Me and him, we know each other pretty well. We were at the Alberta Cup together, and Cash Lanigan also. I mean, he's a great player. Playing against him, he's hard. He's got a good team in front of him as well, and yeah, they're both great players. So being nominated with them is definitely an honor for sure.
That's right. Just talked a little bit about things. I know we did kind of the in-depth thing there for the second edition of the yearbook earlier in the year, but just when you look back now as we kind of come to a close on the rookie season here in the SJ, just what kind of do you take away from the first year here in the league, whether it just be, getting up to snuff, proving yourself? Like what will you kind of take away from this first year in the SJHL?
I think it's a league where you can't have any games off. I think my start to the year was really good, and ending the year right now, it's been really solid. But there was a bit of a stretch in the middle that was kind of tough for me. But finding my way out of that definitely shows me that you got to be consistent in this league. So I think that's the number one thing is just consistency.
That's right. And for yourself here, again, I know the news just dropped earlier in the day, and I know, like you said, you're kind of woken up to it there. But did you get any kind of calls, texts, people kind of flooding the phone there, former teammates, anything like that, reaching out that anything that kind of stands out in that way?
Yeah, pretty much all my family reached out for sure, obviously. And yeah, a couple of my friends, a couple of teammates have congratulated me. So, knowing that they're behind me and having my back and supporting me is just awesome.
That's right. And then just quickly here while I got you, maybe just a quick word on a guy you know really well, not only a teammate but a line mate, you and Rennie being up for MVP and forward of the year as well. Just your thoughts on him getting that nomination. Obviously, you played together all year there, had that chemistry like we've talked about. Just what it means to see kind of a good buddy of yours get that recognition as well.
Yeah, to see another guy like that get the recognition that he deserves is obviously awesome. I mean, Rennie's a great player, and to be nominated as MVP is obviously a very honorable award, and he deserves it. I mean, he's worked hard all season. He's been amazing to play with. He's been a great role model for me and someone I look up to for sure. So seeing him succeed and seeing that he's getting the recognition that he should be it's a great thing.
Awesome. And then just while I have you here, maybe one final thing in closing. Obviously, as you look ahead to the playoffs here, really one big final weekend to punch that playoff ticket, against Weyburn here, and then on to hopefully the postseason. Just your thoughts, and I guess what the team needs to bring here this weekend. A couple of big games here against Weyburn to really get the job done, solidify that playoff spot. What do you see as kind of the key for your group heading into the weekend here?
I mean, we got to realize that it's do or die. It's Parents' Weekend, so we got to play out for the parents, show them that we want this, and show them that we have something special in our group, and we know we do. It's kind of it's been a rough season, kind of in a way, but we know what we're capable of, and we know that we got this in the bag for this weekend, and we're ready to go.
Perfect. And then anything else, just kind of in closing, you'd like to add? If not, that's great, but just so you have the chance.
No, just congratulations to Rennie as well. I mean, being nominated for 2 awards like that is pretty special, so congrats to him.
Perfect. Well, always appreciate the time. Thanks again there, Cash.
Thank you, Marty.
That's Cash Olson. I'm Marty Martinson. You're listening to the Eagle Sky Estevan Bruins YouTube live stream.
Hey Estevan, are you ready for unbeatable savings? At Clifton's No Frills, they pride themselves on community spirit and prices that won't be beat. Whether you're picking up fresh produce or pantry essentials, they have everything your family needs. And don't forget to join their PC Optimum Rewards program. Earn points with every purchase and save even more. Feel the friendly atmosphere and local pride every time you shop at Clifton's No Frills. Because when it comes to quality and savings, they won't be beat. Shop local and start earning today. Looking forward to warmer days ahead. Nothing says spring is coming like booking 9 holes with friends at Hidden Valley in Estevan. Hidden Valley offers seasonal passes, 10-game punch cards, and daily rates on the Hideout. Along with camping and mini golf options for weekend fun the whole family can enjoy. Discover the Hideout today at HiddenValleyGolfandRV.com, where golf is fun.
All right, I will look to take her on back here for a little bit to check in on the scoring summary from this game. Big thanks to Cash Olson for taking some time yesterday after the news was announced of his being named a finalist for the SJHL's Rookie of the Year. What a special moment and what a special season he's been enjoying. As mentioned, 2 points on the team's 3 goals tonight. Move him into a tie with his namesake, Cash Lanigan, for the rookie scoring lead. So it's all Cash in the SJHL rookie scoring leaders right now. Like I said as well, you and Rennie, a pair of points with a goal and a helper of his own. to move into sole possession of first place in the league scoring race as far as overall points and add to his league-leading goal total, which is where we pick things up in that first period. Just 2:40 into the first. It was Rennie's league-leading 37th of the year. You talk about special players, special seasons. Rennie now 37 goals on the year. He's 2 away from Mark Rumsey's mark of 39 set in 2022 for the most goals by a Bruin player in over 20 years. Can you believe that? So for Rennie, definitely working his way towards a little spot in the team record books, at least of recent Bruins history there. And again, if you want a little bit more on that, you can look through our Instagram, Facebook, X accounts. Scroll back a little bit, just a little while ago there, back on March 4th, beginning of the month there, as we were entering kind of the final month of the regular season. Put together a little graphic there I did on the single season points by a Bruin, most since 2006-07, and single season goals by a Bruin as well. And yeah, like I said, for Rennie, 37 goals now, 2 away from Rumsey's total for most in the last 20 years by a Bruin player. So special moment there for him if he's able to achieve that. Just 2 goals away with just a game and 2 periods to go. But as we know from you and Rennie, if the season's been any indication, the first 4 games in a period, that's more than enough time for him to put together a couple of goals on the board. So that goal was a great play. It was Williams up ahead to Olsen, in on the 2-on-1. Olsen over the defender's stick. Beautiful saucer pass to Rennie, and he snapped home his 37th to make it 1-0 Bruins at the end of the first. Then in the second period, Aiden Mohan would answer back the tying goal on his 11th of the season. The 08 forward, the youngster, the 17-year-old, listed at just 6 feet, 174 pounds. He looks more to me like he's at least 6'1". 6'1", 6'2". He's a big body. He can absolutely fly and gets on the board. 11 goals as a 17-year-old. Not a bad season at all. That's a tremendous year there for Mohan. From Baird and Monroe was the scoring play on that one. That was a great play by Baird as well. Remember, that was the one where Jonah Baird, right-hand shot defenseman, top 4 defender for Weyburn last year on their run to the league finals, Cantera Seeds Cup finals against Melfort, and he was making big plays. He's primarily a defensive defenseman as far as matchup minutes. He plays a lot of kind of big minutes there for Weyburn on the back end in a defensive posture, killing penalties, matching up against some of the team's top lines, top 6 lines, but he's also got a bit of that offense as well, as we saw in that play, pivoting his body, his stance to then feed, sell almost a fake like he was going to shoot it in the corner, instead pivot his body, feed down to the side of the goal to Mohan for that scoring play. Just a great play by the defender on that one. Will Monroe, who has been an unbelievable addition for Weyburn this year since coming over from Melfort, where he won the league championship a season ago, picking up the secondary assist on the play as well. That was just 2.5 minutes, 2:31 into the second to make it a 1-1 game. And then Cash Olsen would ring in another one, the cash register tonight, getting plenty of action there. Set up Rennie with the primary assist on the first goal, and then scores one of his own from Rennie and Williams. There should be the Williams assist added on that goal, because if you remember, it was Williams who made that play on the second goal. Weyburn had control. They had the puck on their stick, leaving the defensive zone, and Williams, what did he do? He got heavy on his stick, and he whacked that puck right off the Wings player's blade, right back to Rennie inside the zone, and then Rennie, all he needs is a crack, just a sliver of daylight, and he's going to make you pay. You give him a half an inch, he's taking 2 miles. Is the kind of player he is as far as the time and space he needs to make a play, the tiniest bit, and he's going to find the open man. Got it down to Olsen, who was in at the side of the goal alone for a moment, and Olsen, I think, shocked the goaltender, Rocha, with just how quick he got that one up under the bar on the short side. Beautiful play all the way around. Williams, the defensive effort. Rennie, the quick pass on the one touch, and then Olsen, the beautiful finish, like I said, just under the bar to make it a 2-1 Bruins lead. But again, those pesky Wings, right, showing why they're a top 4 team in the league this year, and why they're looking to lock in a top 4 spot over these next two nights here, tonight and tomorrow, because they don't get discouraged. They don't go away, and they would press back. About 5 minutes later, Turner McIntyre with his 8th of the season. But like I said, only 8 goals on the year for McIntyre, over 40 points on the season. He's a playmaker primarily, not unlike a Cash Olsen, right, who's got a lot of assists. He's always making the play there, setting others up, but can finish, as he showed on his play too. A quick shot on goal to beat the goaltender Adams from Sale and Rowan Burgess on that top line for the Wings. So we've seen both top lines contributing in big ways offensively in this game. And then Colton Getzlaf, we talked about it, maybe showing some frustrations there because the offense has been tough to come by. Just 2 goals since the new year, but he gets a big one here for his club. And just as we talked about, so many times here down the stretch for the Bruins, it's not about, oh boy, hey, you have a tough year, mail it in. It's what can you do down the stretch? Even if offense has been tougher to come by this year than you were hoping for, thinking about, you had a tough goal there, maybe not getting rewarded like you're hoping you would as far as the goal department. What are you going to do in these big games down the stretch? This is the biggest game. They've all been the biggest game every game we've gone along, and it'll continue to be that way until this team is in the playoffs. And for Getzlaf, a huge, huge goal for his team. Chase Holt getting it on to Getzlaf, snapping home his 13th of the year. And again, firing the puck on goal quickly. That one was along the ice, just under the goaltender, because it was a quick snap release by number 19. And for Getzlaf, you could see the emotion, the jubilation, and the relief on his expression there after scoring that one, as if to say, finally, here we go. So look for him to be an impact player in this third period as well. Jaron Ashby also picking up the secondary helper on that scoring play. So that's the scoring summary through 2. It's a 3-2 Estevan lead as a result into this third period. And we'll see here. Who it is out to start this period. I believe it will be the Rennie line again for the Bruins against the Burgess unit. For the Red Wings, and yes, it looks like it will. Goaltenders tonight have had their shining moments as well. Adams for the Bruins, Rocha for the Red Wings. Both capable of making those big stops, and you can bet that we're going to get a few big stops here down the stretch in this third period as we move along. And a tight to the wire finish here, a 3-2 Bruins lead into period 3. Teams will be 5-on-5 to start this third period. And here we go. It's Rennie, the lefty, against Burgess, the righty. Off the face-off, Williams sweeps it back. Andrews up ahead to Rennie. Rennie exploding into Olsen on the drop pass, and his shot snapped up in that glove hand of Rocha for a hang-on and a stoppage in play. So at that, we'll get a face-off here deep in the Weyburn zone. 9 seconds into this third period here. Shots 24 apiece. In a 3-2 Estevan advantage. Puck controlled here by the Red Wings. Moved up ahead here, no further than the offensive blue line. And it's Olsen to Williams to Rennie, back the other way over the blue line. Rennie looking back for Williams. Sale comes back defensively on him, and Sale cross on the half wall. Now up ahead, the lead feed by McIntyre. Only as far as the center red line, and then golf back in deep by Williams. Puck launched up ahead here by Weyburn. Intercepted, though, by Ron, and he'll send back in Lachlan Teterenko. Teterenko with a shot that was blocked. Now Onright with a shot wide of the goal. Picked up by Potter at the left point. Down the boards into the corner. Baird goes into the middle. Lost this puck, though, to Teterenko. Bruins buzzing, flying to start this third period. Here's Teterenko again. Diving effort. Baird Took that puck, but then lost it to Carter on right. To the front of the net there on the backhand shot. That one deflected over the end glass into the meshing out of play by Rocha. So a minute 10 into this third period. So we'll get a face-off here. And off the face-off now, controlled by Estevan. Work for here, down low, it's Holt. Getting wrapped up on the play by Pierce. Got it free though for Asmundson. Back to the left point, Potter. Potter with a quick shot just wide of the goal. Bounced off the side of the net, back out in front. Taken back over here by the Red Wings. Only as far as the offensive blue line again. Bruins playing this aggressive style to start this third period. They've been on their toes and on the attack. Side of the goal here, a chance. Getzlaf banging away. Holt got a stab at it as well. Now Ron, fake shot. Now we'll take a sizzler. That was off something in the net front. I think it was Carmen. Now Potter, a rocket shot. That's blocked by the defender, Carmen, in front as well. Now Ron, a rocket shot on the slapper. That was stopped as well. Puck taken back here by Asmundson. Across for Ron. Ron chips it into the corner boards. What a shift here. Getzlaf in heavy. Back for Ron. Ron, a quick shot off the stop and start just wide of the goal. Now Potter pitching in for Getzlaf. Up top, Asmundson. Throw it towards the front. That was batted down. Puck toss back out through center. And will this be an icing call? It will. Weyburn unable to change after this feverish pressure put on by the Bruins. So you talk about unbelievable play, pressure put on, all kinds of looks and chances. And that's the Bruins when they're at their best. That Asmundson line looking unbelievable on that shift, putting on the pressure and hemming in that Red Wings defense to set up another offensive zone face-off this time. And so it's ready now. On the face-off here, he'll win it back to Williams. The Mohan unit out here for the Red Wings, trying to get some momentum drummed up in their favor. A pass here by Adams, intercepted by Redlick that time, who fired a quick shot back towards the front of the goal. That was deflected, though, over the end glass out of play. 17-17 to go in this third period, so not quite 3 minutes expired in this third frame. So Redlick in here against Elson on this face-off. One back here, controlled. The Wings with a shot blocked down in front. Now a follow-up shot. That was also stopped by Adams. Taken back here through center ice. Beasley over the line, lost it there as he ran into traffic. 3 minutes gone, 17 to go in this third period. Bruins still by a single. Lang drops it off here. Got a couple of Wings right in his kitchen. Wyatt Lacoste giving him the rough stuff down there. Puck knocked free by Cramp. Can't get the clear though. Redlick cut that off. Now Savage Keller down low for Redlick into the near side boards. There to meet it first is Elson. He goes in against Lacoste. Heavy collision on the boards and the puck. One-handed back out to center by Andrews. Puck on the stretch pass. Missed the target for the Wings, and that'll go for an icing call this time. And so we'll get a face-off deep in the Weyburn zone. About 3.5 gone. 3:37 in expired time in this third period. Bruins with an offensive zone face-off. Redding line back out there against this Lacoste fourth unit that was trapped off the icing. Potter going to race back, hustle onto this puck. Moved it back onto his goaltender, and Adams going to dustpan it there with Lacoste giving chase. Putting the heat on him. So Adams will calm things down, cool as a cucumber, as he has been all season, to set up a face-off to his left this time. Rennie in to take the draw against Moldy this time. Or check that, Burgess instead. Face-off one back by Burgess. Kept alive by McIntyre at the point now. Down for Burgess. Top three rookie scoring is Burgess, along with the Cashes, Olsen and Lanigan. Williams has Burgess hemmed up here on the near side boards. Bruins will cue this one back out to center and force a regroup by Weyburn. Weyburn now up to center, lost it though, right onto the stick of Ewan Rennie. Rennie pulling up with it, tried to make a pass on for Olsen on the far side flank. Now it's taken back here, Rennie, knocked over by Josh Sale, but bounced a pass back to Matthew Ron and back up through center ice. But here comes Beard in for the wings. A quick shot, testing the glove of Adams. Back to the near side boards now. Schrader keeps it in there around the horn to the far side. Quick shot by Beard was fought off by Adams that time. Puck taken over here by Potter, off the glass to the line, but not cleared. Put back in deep by the wings. Then rifled around the boards, back down the distance by Estevan for an icing call. 5:02 in to this third period. We saw Weyburn getting hemmed in by Estevan. Bruins with all kinds of chances, led to an icing call. And now to the other end, we see Weyburn turning up the heat, forcing the Bruins to take an icing call. Poetry in motion when these teams come together, and that's the mark of a couple of evenly matched teams, as is the score as an indication. 1 goal the difference, 5 minutes into this third period. Bruins with the lead as a shot on was blocked down in front. Potter and Moldy go in a heap to the corner. Puck taken free now by Monroe. He'll feed it out. Intercepted by Olsen and taken back out to center by Ryland Williams. Here comes Williams. He'll rifle this one in deep and race to the bench on a line change. 5.5 gone now in this third. Puck controlled by the wings. Fed up ahead as far as the offensive blue line, and then turned back. It's Beasley. Chipping a pass into an area for Onright. Onright driving in right to the front of the goal. Just lost the handle as he nearly got in for a shot chance from that mid-slot area. And you know, Onright has that heavy shot. 3 goals in his last 7. Heading into this final weekend. Puck taken back here. Teterenko came down on the stick. That's going to be a slashing minor here. And so much to the delight of the Weyburn crowd here. It will be the Wings to the power play as Teterenko will sit for 2. Red Wings to the power play. Again, third best in the SJHL this season. Into this final weekend, Bruins 8th best on the penalty kill, but as we always talk about, it's when you get those big ones. Apex Distribution penalty kill has been sharp so far tonight. Red Wings will win this one back in control. Carmen back to the point. Ryland Pierce, a shot deflected in front, stopped by Adams. And puck wheeled it around the boards on the clear, back out to center. Pierce chased back into his own zone. He'll stop up with it behind his goaltender and now look to move with pace. Ryland Pierce to his own blue line. He'll drop it off now behind the back. Carmen left it for Monroe. Monroe over the blue line on the attack. Monroe still to the outside, ridden off on the play by Lang, who knocked him down and fell on top of him. How about that? A couple of bodies knocked down in the corner. A pass out front, and what a save by Adams. A game saver to keep his team ahead. What a stop flying across the crease on Burgess, who has that quick release and heavy shot. What a stop there. That's got to be the leading candidate for the Clifton's No Frill save of the game. Adams on Burgess in this third period to keep it a 3-2 game as the Wings control up here at the blue line. Controlled here, Aquila back up top for Sale. Leading scorer of the Wings got it back to the point. Now it's fed down looking for Callis Pierce. On right, got in there to disrupt. Heavy with the physicality. As he and Pierce still have something going on back there. And it's taken on by Ashby, who will wind it down the full length of the ice. Down to the final 20 seconds of Wings power play here. Massive penalty killing effort by the Bruins at this juncture of the hockey game at this point of the season. Puck carried here by the Red Wings through center ice. It's dropped off by Ryland Pierce, carried on by Carman. Back up ahead here for the carry in and a pass out front for the one-hand stab at it by Carman. Puck sent down the length on a final clear as Tedorenko jets out from the penalty box. Bruins are back to even. Puck up ahead, deflected in deep. First man to get it is Burgess, held to the outside by Caleb Potter, who runs him out of real estate into the end boards. Potter up the boards now. Kept alive at the blue line for a quick shot. Flexed in the glove hand and held by Adams once again, who will see a stoppage with 11:35 to go in this third period. So a 3-2 Bruins lead still here. Face off deep in the Estevan zone. Bruins coming off a big penalty kill. We'll see where momentum trends from here. Do the Wings garner some off some nice looks on the power play, or do the Bruins garner from a massive penalty kill? Puck taken back here out of the corner boards. Andrews locked up but stays in the scrum against Savage Keller. Asmundson helping out, as is Mohan for the Wings. Puck taken free by Asmundson. What a pass right on the dot to Getzlaff at center. And he'll chip it in deep in behind the Weyburn goal. Puck taken over here by the Red Wings and carried out to center. Dion Schrader chips it to an area, gives chase after it. In on the attack. Centering pass. Looking for Luke Schrader, who had jumped in on the play. Weyburn's defense activating more and more as we move along here in this third period. Holt lost this one, and Schrader back in with a shot, and that one gobbled up in the midsection of Adams. Just over 9 minutes gone in this third period. 10:50 to go on the third period time clock, which means we're fast approaching the media timeout for this third period. Tedorenko defensively against Wyatt Lacoste on the attack on this face-off in the Bruins zone to the left of Adams. One behind the goal and picked up by Carman at the left point for the Red Wings. Carman down the boards. Now back up top. Lacoste has got it. A quick shot wide of the goal. Puck taken back far side by Tedorenko. He'll chop one to the near side to Elson, and he'll golf it in deep. Call it a Happy Gilmore special. Got it in there deep, and the take back now by Sale. You can feel the urgency down there at ice level, growing and growing. As this pass across, Cramp hits Breeze. Breeze through center. Over the blue line on the attack. Breeze threw it to the front. That was stopped. 10-10 to go in the third. Red Wings to center. No further. Rennie took it back, but tried to drop it back to the defense. Breeze had to go back and chase it. He'll get it around the boards. Tedorenko to the line, but not cleared. Puck kept alive here. Monroe with a shot. Blocked aside by Adams. Williams up the boards, and he'll send away Ewan Rennie. Here comes Rennie for the Bruins. Chase back out to center. Drops it off here for Cash Olsen. Olsen will loop back and pick up ahead of steam here over the attacking blue line. Here comes Cash Olsen. Multi-point game already tonight with a goal and a helper on his team's 3 goals. Puck taken back here in the defensive zone by the Red Wings. Worked up ahead through center ice. Baird over the blue line. A quick shot blocked by Ron. The follow-up for Baird, and he threw that one on as well. Grabbed and held against the body of Dylan Adams, so we'll take our third period media timeout. 9:14 to go in this third period. A 3-2 Bruins lead. You're listening to the Eagle Sky Estevan Bruins YouTube live stream.
For over 100 years, the Rotary Club of Estevan has been a staple in the community. The Rotary Club is proud to support local initiatives and projects including Stars Air Ambulance, the Estevan Music Festival, and donations to local 4-H clubs. Interested in learning more or joining Rotary? Visit the Rotary Club of Estevan Facebook page and get started meeting new people, supporting the community, and making lifelong friendships. That's Rotary Club of Estevan on Facebook.
All right, and we'll get set for the resumption of play here. And you can hear the commotion in the building, drumming up the excitement for this face-off here just into the back half of this third period. It's been one of those games that's had a great pace throughout, and it's flown as a result. 9:14 to go in this third period. A 3-2 Estevan lead. Cramp on the face-off to the left of his goaltender against the right-hander, Roan Burgess. Face-off scrambled here. What a battle. Cramp comes away. Diving play to get the puck out to center for Onright. Onright sends it into the corner boards. Gives chase after it against Carmen down there. Goes into the end boards against Carmen. Puck worked free by Beasley now. Back to the left point. It's controlled here. Lang with a shot wide of the goal. Picked up at the side of the net here. Physical play. Bruins trying to work it out from the corner boards now. It's taken back by Sale. Little give and go play with McIntyre. And then McIntyre lost it to Ethan Andrews. His lead feed, though, Beasley just missed it. That's going to go down for an icing call. 8:36 to go in this third period. And we'll get a face-off here as a result deep in the Bruins zone. This one to the left of Adams down there. Cramp against Moldy this time. Moldy won this one back clean and nearly jumped on the defender back to center, but he did well to keep it alive. Puck taken back here by the Bruins, steered to center and carried back in though by Baird. He's been a force of nature tonight for this Weyburn team. He's got that beautiful assist we talked about in the second period, and he's been active here in the third with his team pushing for the tie. Here's Pierce. Looking out front. Pass in behind the intended target, picked up by Drew Moldy. Back up top, a quick shot, blocked off. Taken back out to center here by Chase Holt. 2-on-2 from center. Holt carries in. Right wing side into the corner, shot wide of the goal. Asmundson picks up the carom. Back down low, below the icing line for Holt. Holt worked it free. Tried to one-hand it back to the line. It's intercepted though and taken back by Will Monroe through center. Monroe over the blue line. He's had some nice spark going tonight, but watch this time intently by Potter, who didn't give him any kind of free real estate. Mohan now scored the opening Weyburn goal to tie the game at a goal apiece early stages of the second. Now as we hit the final 7:20 of the third, looking for a little more magic. In that hockey stick down low, Asmundson working over Pierce. How about the battle there? Pierce giving a little shot after the whistle, too, to Potter. Yeah, and Potter gets up with a bee in his bonnet to go back at his man. And it's one thing about Pierce. He brings that feisty play style. And, you know, Asmundson, Potter, neither one got a back down there. They're going to give it right back. So, as a result here, we'll get a face-off. Still at 5-on-5 to the final 7:12 of this third period. Teterenko this time against Mohan on this faceoff. Puck won back, controlled by Carmen. Carmen with a shot, and that one just wide of the goal. May have hit something. Puck taken back by Elson now at center. Elson in with a quick wrist shot to test the goaltender Rocha, and tested though he was, he'll hang on for a stoppage in play. So the Bruins will take the offensive zone face-off. That's where they want to keep this puck as much as possible. 13 minutes gone in this third period, means just 7 to go. And we're getting into that point in the hockey game. Last thing you want to do is sit back on your heels for wave after wave. You want to control that puck in the offensive zone. And for the Bruins, Elson, right idea, getting that shot on and forcing the cover up to lead to this, an offensive zone face-off. Off the tie-up here, Burgess did well to get it back to his defenseman. Williams will wire it back in, knocked down by Baird. Out there again with Schrader. Schrader to Baird on the near side. Pass up ahead. And this one, a couple of sticks come together on. Taken free, Sale up for McIntyre, and a heavy check there as Breeze throws down McIntyre just outside the Bruin blue line, and that is going to be the leading candidate to this point for the Dr. Trevor Erdy crunch of the game. Breeze on McIntyre. A heavy hit in open ice, and that's what number 8 brings, is that physical element. Bit of that physical intimidation. Puck up ahead here. Not quite in deep of the zone. It's fired in now by Teterenko. Stopped up by Rocha, and with 6:15 to go in this third period now, Teterenko will fire it back in deep. Weyburn up the boards. Teterenko cuts this one off to Elson, and his cross-corner dump in was blocked off the shin of the wing defender, and Karam's back in to Estevan Ice. Teterenko to Beasley. Beasley slips in over the blue line and snaps a wrist shot to test the glove again of Rocha. Well, as we talked about, the right idea for Estevan. Poised with that puck. You don't want to make those hope plays up the middle, but when you get the chance and you can send that puck back up ahead for an offensive chance, as we saw Teterenko sending in Beasley for a look on goal. And so on this face-off now, it's one back. Controlled though by Weyburn. Pushed over the offensive blue line, and Mohan gets it into the corner deep. First man back to get it is Potter. Potter up ahead on the right side boards. Holt back out to center to an open wing. Bruins over the center red line, and it's taken back by Weyburn. Weyburn now in control. Wyatt Lacoste down that left wing side. Couldn't get cleanly past the last line of defense, and it's turned back in by Onright. Onright into the corner after this one. In there along with Holt. Red Wings to the line, not cleared. Breeze with a shot just wide of the goal, but grabbed anyways for a hang-on by the goaltender, as Rocha will settle things down for his mates. And with 5:08 to go in this third period, shots 33-32 for the Red Wings, score 3-2 for the Bruins. It's been a tightly matched game all night, as both shots and score would indicate. And off this face-off in the Weyburn zone, it's the Red Wings, who hoisted up ahead on the alley-oop to center, knocked down by Williams, carried back in for a quick wrist shot chance, stopped by the Wings goaltender, as Rocha will hang on to it for a stoppage in play. Reeling in the initial rebound on his old fishing line into the glove to set up another face-off here inside the final 5 minutes now of a one-goal hockey game. Bruins will get set here. 3-2 Estevan lead. Face-off one controlled here by Weyburn in the D zone, and knocked off the glass down the length of the ice. That'll go for an icing call once again. So with 4:51 now to go in this third period, Shots all evened up at 33 apiece. We'll get a face-off to the right of Rocha. Rennie against Burgess on this face-off. The lefty Rennie against the righty Burgess. Leaning in on this draw, and as the puck is dropped, it was held to a stalemate for a moment. Taken back by the Red Wings, moved up ahead, and just out to center. Schrader got it up ahead to Savage Keller. He's ridden off on the play by Lang, who knocked into him. Body on body there. Now here's Savage Keller over the line on the attack. Quick shot fought off by the blocker hand on a nice save by Dylan Adams. Puck around the boards here. Kept alive in the offensive zone by Jonah Baird, and then he lost it there to Olsen. Olsen up ahead. Olsen juggling with that puck. Sale came backtracking on him. Red Wings had to be careful not to get too many men at the bench area. And Josh Sale will calm it down now. Final 4 minutes of this third period. Getzlaf in pressuring deep. He's got the go-ahead goal in this game. His 13th of the season. Watching his man now, it's Ryland Pierce up ahead for Carmen. Carmen up the right side flank, out of the reach of Moldy. Moldy's got it now, though, working in against Potter. 27 on 26. He'll drop it back now for Pierce. The defenseman, 28 points in 20 games this season. For Pierce, he's out there on the offensive attack. He's got the green light, no doubt about it. Puck chipped back down as Weyburn's lifted their goaltender. The net is empty. Extra attackers on with 3:20 to go in this third period. Settled down by Sale. And Sale will get the return pass here. Chipped off the wall for McIntyre. Right-hand shot, right wing side. Hits the left point for a quick shot blocked off by Rod. What a play to drop down in front of that shot chance. And the puck down the length will hit the empty net. And that should seal it. The Bruins will add a very valuable, much important insurance goal. And it's Getzlaf, the Botno boy, with his second of the night. And 14th of the season. And what a game, what a time to come through with a massive 2-goal game. Getzlaf, the go-ahead goal, and the empty netter to make it a 4-2 game. Puck up the boards here. Teterenko now will pressure this into the offensive zone. So 4-2 Bruins lead here. Weyburn, though, aren't going anywhere down the stretch. Still 2:44 to go. A quick shot by Onright. This one flagged down in the glove of Rocha. And so that will set up a face-off here in the Weyburn zone. This one to the right of the goaltender. So Getzlaf from Ron is the scoring play. And we'll see here now. Teterenko offensive zone draw against Romalaire this time, the lefty. And off the scramble to the end boards. Puck will be mined for here. Worked for, dug for. Everybody in there. Teterenko's in there. Romalaire. Now Baird works it free. Baird. Cross now for Dion Schrader. Dion Schrader chipped it up ahead to the right side corner from the left wing boards. Puck controlled down there by Weyburn. Romalaire out of the skirmish. Throw one on goal. Stopped by Adams. Down to the final 2:05 of this third period. Teterenko will try and eat it against the end boards. He saw the pressure coming. Here's Dion Schrader now. Schrader. Back cross seam here to Carmen. Now back again cross seam looking for Schrader. A wild pass. That was about 3.5 feet off the ice. Puck taken back by Onright. Not cleared though. Kept alive here for a shot just wide by Ryland Pierce. And that one will be trapped under the glove hand of Dylan Adams. Noah Asmundsson also picking up an assist on that recent Getzlaf goal, his second of the game. And we got a timeout called here by Weyburn. So we're going to actually take a quick timeout ourselves, and then when we return, it's back to the final few in this game. You're listening to the YouTube live stream.
To be at their best, your Estevan Bruins have to feel their best. Dr. Trevor Erdy is the official chiropractor of the Estevan Bruins. Located at King Street Chiropractic in Estevan, Dr. Erdy operates a full-time family practice in the community. As a chiropractor, he assesses, diagnoses, and delivers hands-on chiropractic treatment to his patients. Call Dr. Trevor Erdy today to book your appointment, 306-634-2918.
All right, and we'll look to take it on back here now. Stage is set for the final minute 43 of this third period. The Bruins by 2 with a 4-2 lead here. Quick shot from the point, blocked by Williams. What an effort to drop down in front of it. Empty net again for Weyburn. McIntyre, the middle, just got it into the offensive zone, and then it's launched down the ice by Potter, though that will go for an icing call. So that will lead to a face-off here once again deep in the Estevan zone. Ewan Rennie with a 1-point lead in the scoring race. Out there now against Moldy. And they're going to redrop this puck, as they had dropped that one and not deemed to have been done in the right timing. So a face-off now to the left of Adams. And we'll see here. I'm not too sure what the holdup is here right now. There we go, just getting a little bit of a reset in here. So a minute 26 now to go in this third period. And still not dropped here. So they'll look to reset things. They got to add 2 seconds now to the time clock. So just a little extra dramatics here. Now it's reset here, minute 26 again. Face off one up ahead by Weyburn. Push to the front. Sale, try to bat it home. It was knocked away. Williams got it to the boards. Kept alive by Ryland Pierce for McIntyre. Up top now. Fed across. A quick shot. Blocked off by Potter. Out to meet his man at the blue line. Reddy knocks him down. Puck taken back here by Carmen, who keeps it alive in the middle for a quick shot. Stopped by Adams. And he's got that puck in his midsection for a hang-on. 1:01 to go in this third period. And so we'll get a change-up of personnel here. Tenorenko, the right-hander, in on the face-off here against Moldy, the righty. Moldy won this one back. Red Wings control. Behind the net now Sale. Back to McIntyre. To Sale. His quick shot, and that one caromed off something in front. Down to the final 45 now. Puck back to McIntyre at the point. A quick shot blocked off by Elson. Big play there by the captain, Rory Elson. The step in the shooting lane. McIntyre gets it back, though, up top. Pierce, a shot again, blocked by Elson. What an effort there. Second block of the shift here for number 9. Puck taken back here and rimmed around the boards to center by Estevan off the regroup here. Wings back with it. Elson knocked his man down, Carmen. And Andrews will fire it down the length. Tenorenko, first man in to get it. And he'll tuck it home into the empty net with 7.2 to go. As that will serve as the exclamation mark. And these Bruins are going to the playoffs. They needed 1 point in their last 2 games, and they pick up even better 2 in their second last game here tonight. So it's a 5-2 game now. Teterenko's goal. To seal this one with a little added flair, and now in front of the bench area, final bit of a mix-up there, but the Bruins have done it. Postseason bound, and just getting started on the most important time of the year. They needed a big game, and boy, did they get it. All hands on deck for this one tonight. The big line with a pair of goals, but also Getzlaf with a pair. Teterenko finds the score sheet. And a 5-2 victory as a result. Shots at the end of the night, extremely tight. 37-36 Weyburn. But for the Bruins, this is the effort they're looking for heading into the postseason. One more final game tomorrow night, and then it's on to playoff hockey. So with that, we are going to take a quick step aside here, and when we return, back to wrap up the night's action, we'll run through the full scoring summary. We'll have your post-game awards as well. But as per usual, just before we do throw it away for our final commercial set, just want to say a big thank you to everybody who tuned in this evening, everybody who dropped a comment throughout the night's broadcast. Let's keep that momentum rolling to tomorrow night and on to the postseason. It's the most wonderful time of the year when it comes to the sporting world. The playoffs, nothing like it. They're just around the corner now. Tomorrow, a final tee-up for both the Bruins and the Red Wings. And you know that the stage is set for an incredible night two of action. So with that, if you did enjoy the broadcast this evening, you had a good time hanging out and coming along for the ride here on the way to this Bruins 5-2 victory, consider giving us a like and subscribing to the YouTube channel as we're trying to grow that out down the stretch here and into the summer. Back in a moment's time to wrap things up here tonight. You're listening to the Eagle Sky Estevan Bruins YouTube live stream.
Hockey season means you're on the go a lot. Different communities, different rinks. That's why the Western Star wants to help make your stay feel a little more like home. With full kitchen suites, complimentary breakfast buffet, and convention center with top-of-the-line meeting rooms to help you handle all your business needs away from the office. The Western Star in Estevan. Small-town hospitality, big city amenities. Hey Estevan, are you ready for unbeatable savings? At Clifton's No Frills, they pride themselves on community spirit and prices that won't be beat. Whether you're picking up fresh produce or pantry essentials, they have everything your family needs. And don't forget to join their PC Optimum Rewards program. Earn points with every purchase and save even more. Feel the friendly atmosphere and local pride every time you shop at Clifton's No Frills. Because when it comes to quality and savings, they won't be beat. Shop local and start earning today. Hockey season means you're on the go a lot. Different communities, different rinks. That's why the Western Star wants to help make your stay feel a little more like home. With full kitchen suites, complimentary breakfast buffet, and convention center with top-of-the-line meeting rooms to help you handle all your business needs away from the office. The Western Star in Estevan. Small-town hospitality, big city amenities.
All right, we'll look to take her on back here now. At the end of the night, it is the Bruins coming away with a massive victory here, the biggest win of the year because it punches their ticket to the playoffs. And, just looking in quickly here on the YouTube live stream comments. See more coming in here at the end of the night. Great stuff there. Dennis Lang comments in. Almost there, fellas. Push through this last couple. Here we go. Oh, that was into the final couple of minutes there. Great stuff. Sean comments in. Start the bus. That's 2 honks. That's right. Good stuff there. Awesome to hear from you there, Sean. I know you're under the sunny skies in Mexico there, as you mentioned. And Gayleen comments in as well and says, awesome, way to go there, guys. So great stuff, and great to hear from you as well there, Gayleen. So at that, let's move over now to the full scoring summary to kick off this post-game show. And it was just 2:40 into the first period here. Ewan Rennie getting on the board with his league-leading 37th of the year. And again, you talk about big games, big moments, and that is when you need a big start, right? We've heard it all season. It seems like every time we're talking, head coach and GM Drew Koster, right? What do you guys need heading into this big game? Emphasis always on the starts. We need to get off on the right foot. We need to set the tone, especially in a series like this weekend. It's going to be this home-and-home set. As we talk about all the time, you want to get off to that quick start, set the tone for the whole weekend. Rennie doing just that with that big line there. Williams to Olsen. Olsen, a beautiful pass cross seam to Rennie on the 2-on-1. And Rennie wiring home that 37th of the year in a monster multi-point game again for number 15. That made it 1-0 at the end of the first. Then in the second, just 2.5 minutes in, 2:31 into period two, Aiden Mohan with his 11th of the season from Jonah Baird and Will Monroe. That made it a 1-1 game. Mohan, I talked about him, 17-year-old, Weyburn local, big body, 11 goals already on the air. He's going to be a heck of a player here over these next 2 years here in Weyburn. That made it a 1-1 game. That was a great play by Baird, too, at the blue line to find him side of the net, with Mohan then making no mistake. Cash Olsen would reestablish the Bruins lead a minute later. On his 15th of the year from Ewan Rennie. That was a great play. And Rylan Williams as well. That assist will have to be added. Remember, it was Williams chop of the puck off the wing stick to keep it in the zone initially to allow that play to develop. And then one touch by Rennie onto Olsen. High, short side, just under the bar. Beautiful play all the way around. The defensive play by Williams to pressure, keep the puck in the offensive zone, hold the attacking line. The one touch, the vision by Rennie to put it into an area there for Olsen. And then Olsen, what a snipe there. Couldn't have placed it better, just under the bar, high to the short side to make it a 2-1 game. Then Turner McIntyre would answer back. And again, to the credit of the Wings, this is going to go down as a 5-2 game. But as we so often talk about, right, empty netters stretch it out. And rightfully so. You got to score on those empty nets there to get that go-ahead goal. Otherwise, the team's just going to keep pressing. But this is another one of those games in the season series that has been right down to the wire, down to the final couple of minutes. And this is why I always said this would have been an unbelievable playoff series. It's just a shame that we're not going to get this in kind of the 3-6. That would have been an unbelievable first round. But in any case, McIntyre with his 8th does get the Wings back to even from Sale and Burgess. Then it was Colton Getzlaff. We talked about it. The jubilation, the energy, the relief, the monkey off his back there after scoring that one. What a moment for him. What a celebration. And you could see him just exhale here. No doubt got all kinds of family here in Weyburn tonight for this one, as do so many of the guys, with this being the Bruins' official parent billet weekend. So Getzlaff with his 13th, first of 2 in this game from Holt and Ashby, and then Getzlaff again into the empty net to really put the game away with 3 minutes to go from Ron and Asmundson. And again, that was a huge goal. Yes, it's an empty netter from distance, but again, Wings, you know them. They're not letting up. They're going to keep pressing. And for Getzlaff, that was a huge goal. And also for the confidence, right? We talk about it all the time, especially for goal scorers. Score that one, then they tend to come in bunches. And for Getzlaff, nice to see him get rewarded there to make it a 2-goal night from Ron and Asmundson, as mentioned. Then Lachlan Tedorenko, even later with 8 seconds to go, his 7th of the season from Ethan Andrews. Nice goal as well for Tedorenko's offensive confidence, because I'll tell you what, he'd played a lot in the top 6. He's been on the 4th line these last couple of weeks, but I like where he's at. I like the speed and offensive ability he brings to that 4th unit there. I think he's fit in really well. We've seen him taking draws on his strong side, and he's been really engaged, of course. Nice to see him get rewarded with that goal there, his 7th of the season from Ethan Andrews. So that made it a 5-2 final. And from there, let's go in now to your post-game awards, starting with the 3 stars of the broadcast, brought to you by Local Buzz Liquor. Third star tonight is going to be Cash Olsen. A goal and an assist on the first 2 goals of the game for Estevan after setting up Rennie on the opening goal on a beautiful pass on the 2-on-1 to beat the defender and set up Rennie's strike. Then he scores that beautiful shot there as well. I mean, what a night for Olsen. Just a day after being named a finalist, as mentioned, for the league's Rookie of the Year. He pulls back into first place in the rookie scoring lead. Well, actually, we'll check on the out-of-town score, Yorkton's game there. Looks like they had 4 goals tonight in a 4-3 win over Melville. So we'll see on Lanigan and Corshane's points, just because it's fun to keep up on that scoring race heading into what's going to be the final night of the regular season tomorrow. But for Olsen, at least for the time being, barring any points from Lanigan tonight, he is now tied once again top the rookie scoring leaders with Cash Lanigan on that strike. So, 2 points tonight. He's your third star. Second star tonight is going to be Ewan Rennie. A goal and an assist. And again, scoring the first goal, setting up the second one by Olsen. That line was obviously super dynamic tonight, making all kinds of plays. And what you really like to see, too, they're hanging on to pucks, right? Like they did early in the year, first half of the year, first 40 games of the year, right? They're holding on to pucks. They're making plays. They're working off that cycle game, similar to what Yorkton does, right, on their big line. Keeping that puck, hanging on to it, slowing down the pace of play, everything towards that net front area, chances in tight. That's how you score as a dangerous line in this league, and we've seen that from this Bruins trio here, especially tonight. And then your first star is going to be Colton Getzlaff. What a night for him. Like I said, it's not always easy as a goal scorer, and he's had a bit of a tough go as far as finding that back of the net here as of late. Just a couple of goals in the new year, but it's when you score them, and tonight, not 1 but 2 goals on the board. Going to be unbelievable for his confidence as an offensive player. And again, when he's got that shot, he's going hard to the net. He is a tough guy to stop. So he is your first star here tonight. The crunch of the game brought to you by Dr. Trevor Erdy, official chiropractor of the Bruins. This is going to go to Owen Breeze on Turner McIntyre. I was a little bit worried we weren't going to get a crunch of the game that would come to mind because, it was physical throughout, but there wasn't really that big, wham, slam check on the night there until that third period late stages. Breeze in open ice on McIntyre. I'll tell you, the word's out. Right or left wingers coming down on that right side of the Bruins defense. You got to watch out for the number 8 train as Breeze is there to lay the big open ice check on McIntyre and take the crunch of the game honors. Clifton Snowfrill's save of the game is going to go to Dylan Adams on that great save on Burgess. Remember that one, flying across the crease, made an unbelievable stop. So that will be the save of the game tonight. And the Hidden Valley highlight of the night, just thinking quickly on that one, I think we got to give it to the first goal of the game. That was just a great play. No, you know what? Let's give it to the second one of the game because that was a great play all 3 ways. It was Williams, the defensive effort, putting on that extra effort, keeping the puck alive in the offensive zone, chopping it off the stick of the Weyburn player. Then it was Rennie on the beautiful one-touch, and what a finish by Olsen. That's going to be your Hidden Valley highlight of the night. Olsen's 15th from Rennie and Williams. And, now I believe final order of business. We can check in on those out-of-town scores. In Flin-Flon tonight, a 3-1 final for the Bombers over LaRange. In Nipwood tonight, how about this? An 8-2 final over the Melfort Mustangs, who had won 13 of their last 14 games heading in. And Nipwood give them an 8-2 loss tonight. And how about Mason Karkachuk? How hot has this guy been? He was one of the, I think he was the second star of the month for the whole CJHL. And that's Junior A across Canada. For the month of February, he was, of course, named as one of the 3 finalists with Rennie and Corshane for MVP and top forward. And guess what? 4 assists tonight. What a game. That's the second 4-point game since February 18th. Boy, he's been on an absolute heater. What a night for him. 4 helpers for Karkachuk. So he'll be right around 60 points now on the season. I think he had 54, so he'll be at 58 heading in to the final game of the year. But again, showing why he's up for that award. Eric Hoynes would also have to be one of those guys who was right up there, 2 goals and a helper for Nipawin in that victory as well. That line, that Saskatoon line for Nipawin, those two, Hoynes, Karkachuk, and Sean Shields, boy, they have been absolutely on fire here heading into the playoffs now over the last kind of 2 months of the season in particular. In Humboldt tonight, Broncos win 3-1, but it doesn't matter because the Bruins have locked up that 8th and final playoff spot. And then the final game to check in on is the Terriers game, 4-3 the final over Melville. And just checking in on the scoring leaders or the scorers in that game. It does look like Corshane had 2 points as well tonight. So he is going to stay 1 point ahead of Ewan Rennie into the final game of the season. What a battle these two guys play. A very similar game as well. Both a bit on the smaller side. Obviously, Corshane 5'9", Rennie 5'10", but both so silky, so quick, so smooth, and absolutely electric out there. So multi-point games for all 3 of the MVP candidates the night after they were named. Rennie a goal and an assist, was one of the top stars of that game. Corshane a goal and assist in his game, and Karkachuk 4 assists in his game. What a race for the MVP and top forward. Leonard also had 2 goals in that game, so he is the closest player to Rennie on the goal scoring front, as well as Corshane actually, who did score in that game. They got 33 goals apiece, but Rennie, as we talked about, is up to 37 now on the year. So 4-goal breathing room heading into the final game of the year. Should be safe on these goal-scoring title. But that's going to be a fun point race right to the finish. Cash Lanigan, I wanted to check as well for the rookie scoring lead. He did have an assist tonight, so he will remain 1 point up on Cash Olsen. He was 2 points up, and then Cash Olsen had 2 points tonight. Lanigan had 1, so he'll remain 1 point up on Cash Lanigan there for the scoring lead. Except, hold on. No, now I'm looking. Maybe my math is not working out here. No, you know what it is? It's because they haven't added the totals from that Yorkton game yet. So, once they do that, it will be, as I talked about, Corshane, a 1 point lead heading into the final game of the season on Rennie for the overall points scoring race. And Lanigan will have a 1 point lead on Olsen in the rookie scoring race. So with that, we are going to look to wrap things up here. Final order of business is to look ahead to what's next, which is tomorrow night. It's going to be an epic game night back at Affinity Place, 7 o'clock puck drop, which means you can tune on to catch me for the pregame tee-up at 6:45. Lots to talk about. We'll actually get a pregame hopefully tomorrow there. Everything should be working. We'll be back at home at Affinity Place. And if you can make it out, if you're in the Estevan area, I encourage you to come out. It's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere. It's going to be the game of the year. Not only do we have round 2 of this weekend series, we just saw what a tremendous game tonight. We got the second night of action for that one. Weyburn looking to respond. Estevan looking to make it 2 straight into the playoffs there with a load off their back there from securing their playoff spot. But also it is the ticket redemption night. So if you have a ticket that was a dated ticket from any time this season, you can use it for admission in this game. 15 and under is also free. So bring the whole family out there. Bring the kids. Bring all the kids there out to that one. Let's make it a loud, rowdy atmosphere, because also the Grey Cup is going to be in the house. I repeat, the Grey Cup in the house at Affinity Place for that game. And it's also the player jersey auction night. As mentioned, families are all out there as well for the Billet Family Weekend. So it's going to be a great atmosphere, great game as well. And then from there, it's just straight on to the playoffs. So with that, we're going to wrap things up here. Appreciate you listening in. We'll catch you tomorrow night when we do it again. I'm Marty Martinson. This has been the Bruins YouTube live stream.